And welcome to
Let's Talk About Book,
where we talk about
book.
I'm Smeevca.
And I'm Strawberry.
And we're reading Ghostwater by
Will Wight.
Will Wight. Thank you. I blanked on it.
You passed it to me, and I had half a second where I was like, oh no. But
Oh, no.
it immediately...
Yep, Will Wight. And
yep. Actually, I forgot to tell you this. He's been posting that the Cradle animatic has been getting close to finished, or it's been they've been posting some stuff about it and stuff.
Yeah.
There was also Matt Mercer was in the booth for someone for Waymon Terrace or something like that.
Oh yeah, because you said that was the guy, one of the guys at
the
very beginning.
The first bully.
Yeah. From Sacred Valley and stuff back in the first book.
The one with the tree and everything.
Yes, because then I got confused about that for a second.
Yeah. But I've been seeing, because I follow him on Facebook or whatever, so I see the stuff that he posts or whatever. So they've been talking about, with the animatic, they're hoping to shop it around and be like, hey, does anyone want to make this into a full series? Or do something more with it, or movies or something,
I mean, that'd be great. And
I would love it.
I mean, they got Matt Mercer voicing that one guy.
Right.
Just come on, just, push this to some places, That'd be a lot of fun.
I feel like that'd be great.
I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. I feel like it'd be a good medium for it.
Oh yeah, it's it's the only thing I can see it in.
Right.
It's such a, because when I recommend this series to people, I'm it's like reading an anime.
Yeah, I mean that's how we titled one of the episodes early on.
Yep.
Yeah, and also there was that comic,
yes,
long
yeah.
comic thing. I should read some more of that.
Yes, because we were past.
Farther along.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're finishing up Ghostwater.
Yes, yeah.
Because we're bad.
Yeah, we keep doing this, especially with this series, and it just shows you how good these books are. We just can't stop reading it when we're reading it. We just need to finish the book.
And also, it's we've gone so long without an episode.
Yeah.
We've gotten really bad with our schedule.
Yep.
But we're so tired all the time from work and stuff that we've just gotten really bad.
Life is busy all the time.
Yeah, and we also had a roommate move in with us.
Yeah, so it's just been a whole...
So it's just been a whole deal, and also I've been having car troubles and stuff. There's just been a lot of stuff going on in life, and we've been dealing with that.
Yep.
And so it's we're gonna, in this one we're gonna just finish up the book, and we're gonna do it less chapter by chapter.
Yep, and more in sections.
More in sections, our first little section here is going to be chapters 7, 8, and 9.
Yep.
All kind of together because they kind of go together.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing that as a section, and then we're going to be doing the other chapters also broken up into little sections.
Yeah.
And we also talked about maybe moving forward.
Doing one book per video.
Yes.
And stuff. That way we can, because these books are great, and they're super fast paced, and you just want to tear through them in as few sittings as possible.
Yes.
And so it makes it hard for us to just halt in the middle and be okay, now we gotta wait until we record, and then this and that, or whatever.
Especially because we're going back and forth between this and the Game of Thrones series.
It's a lot
and stuff.
easier to do that with Game of Thrones, to have a big chunk to chew on, and just some.
Especially because those books are so much longer. It's you have to make your way through bit by bit. While these, they fly by so much.
And it just drags you through the book. You just don't want to...
And they're just so much shorter in general.
Yep.
So just sort of doing one book, and the idea is that we'd basically be listening... Because also we listen to them together.
Yes, yeah.
Whenever you're listening to Game of Thrones, you're just listening to it on your own at work, and then I go over it in the book and stuff. But this we listen to together.
Yeah.
And so it's just the idea is that we'll do maybe notes.
Yes. So because I took a few notes, because we read through chapter 13.
And then that was going to be an episode, and then
we were just we really want to read more. Yeah. And so we did, but before we read more, I got all of your theories and all of that written down.
Yep.
So we're going to plan to do that for
so that you can still get that sort of like, here's what I was thinking, here's where I was guessing things were going to go. You know, some of that, like the fun stuff you get when you get like, you know,
just
bit
a few
by
chapters
bit.
At a time. Yeah.
Right, and so it's like, here's what I was thinking at this time. Here's what I was thinking at that time.
But then we don't have to like stop and then like kind of forget what had been happening, or like that type of stuff makes it hard to.
Yeah, it makes it hard to do that.
To really like enjoy it in the way.
Yep, and then we'll also get through Cradle a lot faster.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to figure out what we do in terms of like, we're going to still be doing like Song of Ice and Fire, but then also like we might.
I'm thinking we'll head back to Sanderson for a bit.
Yes, because we've been
Cradle.
away from Sanderson for a while. For like quite a while at this point, actually.
Yeah, I think we'll go back to him. I do want to make sure there are other Will Wight series that are fucking great that like we will come back to. Like love the Last Horizon series. And then both Traveler's Gate and the Elder Empire series. And like I saw recently on Facebook that like Will Wight was like, oh, like no one ever talks about the Elder Empire series. It's like the you know like. It's so good. It's a weird structure. It's so good. Like, I, like, genuinely want Nerdy to read, like, Nerdy and Clarice to read that series, because, like, I think it'll, like, help them build, like,
sort of, like, some trust in Will Wight.
In him as an author, and then I think they'll really, like, enjoy Cradle. But just, like, the pirates and assassins, like ninjas, like, fighting, the whole world, the elder creatures, the elder, like... Eldritch stuff is so fun. It's great.
Yep.
And if you've read Will Wight's stuff and have not read the Elder Empire series, do that. It's great.
Yeah. So that's some of the stuff that we're kind of thinking about.
Sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're good.
Being really excited about that series.
It's good. It's good to be excited about it and stuff.
What I was thinking about with coming back to Sanderson, is I think we want to do probably either Elantris or Warbreaker. Either one of those, and then go into like Stormlight maybe. Yeah. But it might be hard to do Stormlight and Game of Thrones at the same time. But we'll see. Could be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun, and also, like, you know, they're both such like big series that we might want to like take breaks from occasionally.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, once we finish this book for A Song of Ice and Fire, are we gonna want to go on immediately to the next one, or do something else for a little bit, you know, and sort of like come back to it later. You know,
because we've talked about like Jurassic Park and like Hitchhikers.
Yeah, like Hitchhiker's Guide.
A few other things like that.
Right, and I was like, oh, we should read Sphere, even though no one cares about Sphere except me. Yeah. But yeah, just like a few different things. Because also there's like so much Sanderson stuff out there besides.
Oh yeah.
And
like his standalone and his like non-Cosmere. The Skyward series is great.
Which is also technically true for like George R. R. Martin, but I haven't actually read any of the like Night of the Seven Kingdoms stuff, any of the like Duncan Egg stuff, any of that kind of stuff. Because Duncan Egg's getting I almost said animated. That's not true.
Yeah, like
like an HBO thing or whatever.
I saw they were doing more Game of Thrones stuff, but not House of Dragon.
Yes, yeah. Because
that show really messed me up for Game of Thrones. I'll tell you that.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah. All of the names.
Oh.
It's a bunch of names that are...
Yeah, like, all the Targaryen names, which are all, like, the same name, basically.
So then I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah,
this character, you mean the character? And then I had to be like, okay, no, literally nothing from House of Dragon is allowed to come into, like, anything that I've, like, picked up or whatever. No, none of that don't think of that as relevant at all.
Nope.
Nothing.
That is correct. It, like... That's like big history stuff, and history stuff can be important, but a lot of that's just like not relevant right now.
Too confusing for me to even think about.
We're not that deep into the lore yet, so like don't worry about it. But yeah, because there's like Duncan Egg, Night of the Seven Kingdoms or whatever, which is like a series of like they're like short stories or novellas or something that George R. R. Martin did, that are like set in the past, but they're like not too far in the past. They're
recent history, basically.
Yeah, more recent history. Old Nan from Winterfell, she's like in one of them or something.
Okay.
I think as a younger woman.
That's fun.
Yeah, I think that's correct. or maybe just like timeline wise, she would have been alive and a young woman.
During,
I don't remember exactly what the deal is because I haven't read them.
Yeah.
But I hear that they're good and also unfinished because George has literally never finished anything in his life. Like, I think Alt Shift X one time said that, like, no, George has, like, if you've read any of his other stuff, he's never finished any of them.
Yeah.
Like, literally never finished a single thing in his life. Which is great. Love that.
He seems like but this, I want to work on this instead. I'm kind of bored with, I did that. I don't know. And there's kind of a lot of pieces now. How about I go build this over here
He's
instead?
Like, I still really care about it, but also it's like it's intimidating because you got to wrap it all up in a nice little bow, and that's not his strong suit. I don't think.
I don't blame him too much. He gets too much shit, so like
yes,
I don't blame him too much.
for sure. But yeah, so that's been...
Yes, that's the whole intro.
Yes, we
rambled for like 11 minutes.
Yes, but there was some stuff that we needed to go over and whatnot. But like, comment, subscribe, do all those sorts of things.
Do we have any comments from the last Cradle episode to go over?
Yes, that's right. I forgot. See, we're so bad at this.
We're great. We're the best.
You're right. Actually, we're actually the best to ever do it.
Look, this is why you go to small YouTube.
Yes, this is
the charm.
Yes, it's not bad. It's charming.
Of course.
Nope, not that episode. It would have been this episode, the Ghostwater one. We only have 3 comments. Troacted, who comments a lot, was because we were talking about Dross, and I'm like, Dross makes me think of Wheatley.
Yes.
It was also like, I thought of Wheatley too, and really liking Dross. Got properly invested in the series because of some unique mannerisms. Oh yeah, also chapter 17, but that's for later. Yeah. Which when
we read the comment, I was like, aha, yes, of course I do know what you mean.
And now I know what you mean. Yep. I am now in the know.
I was sitting here just like vibrating, just like waiting for you to.
Yes, and then Riverwalker Wolf, Yaren identifies as the Sword Sage. Yes. Ooh boy, Wintersteel will be a great read with that in mind. Also, she identifies as a threat, which I agree. And really like Ghostwater. Initially, Dross really grated, but I quickly changed my stance as levity brings a lot. Lindon straight man. When Nathan isn't around. Yes. I pretty immediately liked Dross. Smiling Underlord Canon Grandma is me and my friend's way of referring to Gesha's resonance canon. Smiling Underlord Canon Grandma.
Love it.
Yep, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden. Yes. Hidden Dragon. But yeah, I liked Dross pretty immediately. I enjoyed his mannerisms, but I do think that you're right that it's like...
He could easily, like, that trope can easily be annoying, and it could easily fall that way, but both the way that it's written and the way that it's performed by Travis Baldree are fucking great.
Yeah, I feel like Travis Baldree does, like, so much to just, like, bring life to all of this. He really does a great job with it. And also, like, yeah, it really is one of those things where, like, sometimes it's, like, a thing's annoying, but then it shows up in another place, and you're like, but it's fine here.
Yep.
And it can be hard to even say why sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, I just something about the way Dross knows absolutely nothing about anything.
Right. But, like,
does charm me.
But, if it's put in front of him, he, like, knows it and is, like,
It's like he's so... confident but knows nothing, but he's not necessarily like a dick about it. He's just kind of like, I know this, I am a robot, I am a smart robot, but then is completely clueless, and so that's just kind of funny.
Birds fly through the sky.
Not through the water at all. That's not interesting.
Did you know that?
It's like, did you know that? You'll notice I used the word spoon correctly. Because Dross is very silly to Lindon's straight man. I do think that's right. Like, they form like a good dynamic because it's like Lindon is in his own way kind of silly and absurd, but he is very much the straight man to a lot of the really fucking out there. Like Orthos is a big personality, and Dross is a big personality, and Yaren. has a strong
switch off, like, depending on the scenario.
Yes, are sort of like being straight man, funny man for each other. And so yeah, I'm
neither of them know what to do with Mercy.
Yes, correct.
They're like, she's very nice, completely genuinely.
Yes,
and like Lindon's like, I'm nice most of the time genuinely, but
also,
a lot of times completely ungenuine. So he's like, are you being genuine, or are you just being like the type of polite that I pull out all the time?
Yes. Yeah. Lyndon's like, I'm polite because that's the way that you play the social game.
Of course. And Mercy's just nice because she just wants to make everyone happy.
Yep, and because she's just nice, and she can afford to. She's the daughter of a monarch, so like she can afford to kind of just be nice to everyone.
Right.
You know, she doesn't have to play the game in the same kind of way. It's kind of a privilege that she gets to be that nice.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
But yeah, so now we've done it.
Right. Now we've actually done the intro. Now that we're 16 minutes in.
Yeah, 16 minutes in. We've done the intro, and now we can move on to the first section, which will be chapters 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. Alrighty, we're doing chapters 7, 8, and 9. Whenever, like, what we always do is we like pause the recording and then restart the recording to like get good like chapter breaks.
Yep, like timestamps.
For like timestamps. And so we like stopped recording, and then Audacity pops up like, you lost some audio.
Yep.
And we were just like, oh no.
We lost all of it.
But there was just like a tiny little bit where it just kind of like cuts out for a second. So you will have heard it.
There was just a weird jump.
Just a weird little, just a weird part where the audio just cuts out for a second. But that's fine.
Yep.
You'll live.
Yep. There's not really anything we can do about it.
Yeah, it's not really much anything we can do about it. I mean, we could
go in and try and edit or something, but that's just too hard. We don't edit these really.
No, we don't really edit these much, and it's just a little, like, it just kind of cuts out for a second, so it's fine. But yeah, so this is section 1.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Akarinatoth.
Yes, the Akarinatoth section, wherein Lindon rage baits a dragon for 2 chapters, and then actually fights a dragon in that 3rd chapter, and it's pretty fucking cool. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this bit. Because it's like, okay, Lindon's up against this person that he's, outmatched again, as usual. And he's like, we start actually with him putting Dross in the Eye of the Deep.
Yeah,
taking soul-smithing Dross into the Eye of the Deep. Yep. Which turns out fine.
Yep, and he's, like, thinking about, like, Vishagasha would be, like, pissed at me, but too bad. Like, I should, like, take it all apart and put it back together, but, like, I can't really, so, like, I'm just gonna have to just merge them, I guess.
Yep, just... What if we just haphazardly merge them together? That'll be fine.
Yep, and, Dross is, he has a little, it occurs to me to wonder about my identity. You know what I mean? Was I me before I could think freely? And just all of, will I be myself? What if I hate being a key, but it's too late?
And at this point, he's already been merged into the key.
And then he's like, oh, okay, well, that's all right.
Yeah, it's like, I'm thinking that I'm not sure I...
Want to do this. It's too risky, isn't it? Who would gamble their very life on a game of chance? We're done. We are? Oh, well, that's good then.
Yep. So the Dross's operation is successful. He's a key now. Hooray.
Yep, and so then he's also able to, like, gain access to all of, like, the whole facility. He's just able to absorb all of the... So he, like, gets all the security information, all of the, like, he can look out and, like, see Akari and, like...
Yep.
Has access to all their, like, visual records and just, like, everything.
Right, and it's like, hey, so those fish out there, them fish are good for eating. You can eat them, and it'll make your body strong. Yep. Because those are being raised up to feed the other stronger fish
in the
later section. Yep. But you can eat them and...
Yeah, because there's a whole... because then he, like, decides he needs to go get food, because he wants to get food for Orthos.
Yes.
So that's why he goes to go get the carp. So he's, like, sneaks out to try and, so he does, like, it, like, 3 times. He, like, sneaks out to, like, go get, like, food and stuff to like sneak past
right, because at first it's like, okay, he's just gonna like veil himself, go out, get the fish, come back, and he's able to do it. And
then she like, but then like another one attacks, and then he can't do it without switching to Black Flame. So then he switches to Black Flame, which alerts a Carrie, and then she comes like running.
Yeah, but then he's able to like get past her and into the door, and then close the door.
Yeah,
and then because we switched to a Carrie's perspective a couple times.
Yeah, like in between every time, she's getting more and more pissed. She's like, my perfectly controlled rage at the
door. You know, like trying to enter the door and just shooting fire all over the place. So she starts sort of like paying more and more attention.
Yep.
With each time that he successfully sneaks past, gets a fish. Because the first time getting the fish, it's kind of difficult. But then the second time, he's able to get the fish more easily.
Yeah, because he's eaten some of the meat by then and stuff like that. So then he's able to
fight them more easily, but then she's paying more attention, and so it's harder to like get away from her. And then the third time, you know, it just sort of like keeps.
Because then he trains with Orthos to like, okay, so how does she fight? And it's like, how do you fight? He's like, well, I fight with like pressure and like.
Yeah, but it's just constant force and pressure from the Black Flame.
Like she fights with like flexibility.
Yes, because she's got like flaming water, like molten gold kind of shit going on.
So he basically he's like, well, I can predict where she'll go, and so like baits her into like a predictable like movement to like give him enough time to escape because he can't fight her yet.
She's weak to feints. You know.
Yeah.
Or to like, you know, baiting into certain attacks and stuff.
Yep.
And so he successfully rage baits her a few times.
Yep.
Goes, gets it, because like he like eats it and like cycles it while he eats it.
Yeah.
And
Orthos, it starts like he's like, have I been poisoned? And Orthos is like, cycle it, and he starts cycling it, and it like does wonders for his body.
Yep, it makes him like really strong, and Orthos is like, you know, this is fit for a dragon or not. I don't remember. You know, it's like, this is, you know, good shit. It'll make you nice and strong, and it's like, you know, doing good stuff for Orthos as well. And so basically, while he's, you know, going through this process of occasionally like going out, getting food, and coming back before a Carrie can get him, he then has all this food and is eating it and cycling and training, and then instead of sleeping, he just drinks from the dream well.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just
constant like training, just like up and like, and when his body's exhausted, then he like sits and like cycles or does like other non-physical training.
Yep. And so this whole book is the Lindon training arc.
Yep.
This is Lindon trains and levels up, and it's his big level up arc.
Yeah. Big power up, big and drinking so much from all of the wells.
Yep, so much well drinking. Drinking from the dream well so that he can stay awake to do all this stuff.
I love it. Joss told him that he was the only sacred artist in the history of the facility to be able to use the dream well so lavishly. But as Lindon saw it, the water had been left to pile up for the past 56 years. It was about time someone used it.
Yep. And so eventually he's like, all right, I'm not going to be able to like, I have to like actually like fight a Carrie.
Yeah.
And he doesn't advance at this point, right? He's still like during all this like training, he's just like getting his body stronger and stuff.
Yeah, he's low gold, and just like getting his body.
And is she high gold or true gold?
She is true gold. Like, he mentions close enough to Underlord to like for her body to look that human.
Right. Yeah.
So like peak true gold.
Yes.
Similar to Harmony, who like
right
at the threshold of Underlord.
Yep. And he ends up having to actually fight a Carrie.
Yep. Yeah, because he like she brings her servants back and everything. She had sent them like away to go look for other treasures and stuff. So she brings her servants back and is like, do not let him escape. We are fighting this time.
Yep. It's like, we are camped out. We are watching. We are fighting. We're not gonna let him just like veil his way past us anymore. Like this is it.
Yeah, and we did brush over. He got beat up by her quite a bit.
Yes.
In one of the times that he goes out and Orthos has to bring him back.
Right. Yes. Orthos.
Because like she punches him, he feels like he should be flying back or whatever, and he's like, why am I up against something? And he like turns and her tail was holding him in place so that she could like hit him and he wouldn't fly away.
Got you. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and she like looks and she grabs because she like thinks like, oh, like that might be like a key to the facility. Picks it up and Dross isn't in there, and so then she's like pissed off. She's like, what is this? And then Orthos grabs him and then
pulls him back.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like Dross opens and closes it for him.
Yeah. Yep, because it just keeps like closing the door right in your face and whatnot.
But I think that's like the second time he went out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is his non-sleeping Dreamwell training.
Yep, because he's getting like the training from Orthos and whatnot, because he's learning the Void Dragon's dance.
Yes, learning the Void Dragon's dance. That's his big training thing. So it's kind of, that's what both him and Yaren are doing this book as well. Is he's learning Void Dragon's dance, like finally, that like his ruler technique, and Yaren is perfecting and like working on the Endless Sword, which is her ruler technique.
Yep. So that's where both of them are working on that, and then also Lindon's working on like
everything,
like all of his stuff. But the fight with Akari is wild.
I did want to talk about him eating the meat real quick first. So like, oh no, we already talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about eating the meat. What?
Beep.
Apparently, that was so not even close to the right words.
I just like this little bit from Dross. I thought of something that you might have wanted to know a few minutes ago. It's not a big deal. Hardly worth mentioning, really. But those fish... it's throughout this whole, whatever. That is, if you survived, and there were no crippling deformities caused by uncontrollable growth of your muscles and organs. Which, not so far, so yay! Let's all celebrate and not, cast blame on anyone who didn't warn you.
Right, it's like this could go horribly wrong for you, but it's not, so like, hey, it's all fine. Right.
It could be really good for you if your body can handle it. If it can't, then well,
but let's not worry about it, because it didn't happen.
Because it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, the
because they're like, oh, the Aurelius wouldn't even be able to afford this, and this is fit for a dragon, this is the best stuff, and this is just the stuff that's being raised to feed the other better stuff. Yep. So it's just, part of the whole monarch of it all.
And they're like, oh yeah, Carrie's been eating this stuff, like, since birth, basically.
Yep, and so, like, because, like, part of this is, like, Lindon's having to, like, catch up with everyone else.
Yeah. Especially, like, on this stage.
Yep. But yeah, and then we get to the fight. Is there anything else before the fight with the Carrie?
No, just like the train, all of that. Oh yeah, and there's the words of encouragement that both Orthos and Dross give him before the fight.
Yes.
Because Dross is like, Dross, how often do low golds defeat true golds? I wouldn't worry about it. Just focus on doing your best. Don't think about the massively improbable odds or what will happen if you fail. She's probably killed scores of people stronger than you, but you can't think about that because an instant of distraction will spell you a certain death. Gratitude. And then Orthos, he gives a whole inspirational speech. That is the spirit that flows through you. She is 2 realms above you. Good. You need that. You need at least that much of a handicap to make it a challenge.
Is he also working on his, like, the whole, like, Path of Twin Stars?
Yes.
Where he's, like, the pure...
So he's thinking about how he needs to find, like, an enforcer technique that will work for, like...
The pure Madra.
Pure Madra, and he's, like, thinking about, like, other ways he needs to use it. But Orthos is like, no, we gotta work on the Void Dragon's dance right now. He touches on that later.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
But he's been, like, thinking about it all book, being like, because he keeps, like, talking about how, like, the Burning Cloak is just not good for a lot of scenarios. It's great for these flashy combat, like some like big like bursts of power,
bursts of speed and power.
But for like regular
like sustained
strength, it's just not good.
And so for more like fine detail kind of stuff.
Yep, like precision stuff like that. And so we've been seeing him have troubles with that, like all book basically.
Yep. And then it's fight time.
Yep. Yep. Wow, you really did set him on fire, didn't you? He didn't look very encouraged after I talked to him.
Yep.
If I had hands, I'd be applauding you right now. Picture me applauding. And Orthos says that, not sure I understand that, but what do you think his odds really are? 10 to 1? 100 to 1? Maybe just 2 to 1? Orthos locked his eyes on the purple lit gem. 100%. Optimism. Oh, that's a good one. It really is. False courage really does wonders for keeping the spirits up. One more word, and I will eat you.
Yep. Orthos is just like, nope. I gotta believe completely in Lindon. You know.
Yep. Yeah. So this is the fight finally.
Yep. And I definitely don't even like remember how the fight goes, like blow for blow.
It's a good fight. I didn't highlight much in it because it's hard to talk about fights. It's just
Yes. Talking about like the sort of the combat and how it goes and whatnot.
He basically thinks he's like, I can't let up like pressure. That's like his whole thing. He's trying to like keep like attacking.
Right, because that's what the Black Flame, Path of Black Flame is good at.
Yeah. And then he's like not really able to and like she starts like attacking or whatever, and then he's able to kind of use her fire like destroying all the things around him to use both the fire and destruction aura to do a giant void dragon's dance.
Yes.
Which does a lot of damage, but doesn't like...
yeah, because that like gets rid of her like 2 people, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But
yeah.
not her.
Yeah.
But
I think they may have survived by using like treasures or something to but like they got very, very burned.
Yeah. And I think, doesn't he basically... He, like, takes a hit...
Yes.
So that he can get in close enough to empty palm her and knock out her core for a little bit so that he can get...
Dragon's breath.
Yes.
Yeah, so then he, like, does that, like, right to the heart, basically.
Yep, so it's just, like... It's the classic Neji shit,
yeah.
Like... Knock your shit out so that I have an opening to, like, do my big attack on you.
Yeah.
And then she is, like, mortally wounded by that.
Yeah.
And she uses her void key.
Yeah, she, like, her, like, necklaces also get, like, like, severed by the, like,
Right, by the fire.
Yeah. And so, like, they both...
beam.
They both fall. So, like, Lindon's, like, panicked. He's like, I didn't go for her head. She's gonna get up or whatever. So he's, like, trying to, like, pull together, like, another attack. And she, like, rumbles? Rustles. That's what I was looking for.
Rummages.
Rummages. There you go. All these...
all these words. No, she just rumbles. She's...
Oh no.
Yep.
But she like threw her necklaces and like grabs one and breaks it, and it's a gate key.
A gate key, that's what it is.
Or gate stone.
Because
a gate key is more than one use, because we get this later from Zeal.
Gotcha.
So it's later, but we can talk about it now anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
A gate key can be used multiple times. A gate stone to break.
Gotcha.
And it's one use.
And it gets her out of there.
To a specific place.
More shattering, cracking of space.
Yes. Yeah. Starts to happen.
And she goes home, not really home, but just like to her sister.
Yeah, to Safar and Atoth. Yeah, because like she has a whole bunch of like gold dragons and stuff just like watching the portal entrance. Like they're all just there, like kind of evaluating the competition for whatever is about to come up. And like, because like this whole bit where she's like, oh, it's just like a comfy like position, like
just like
we're all just hanging out, like
just hanging out here by the portal, just waiting for it to come back, just like nothing really like big.
Yeah, supervising the entrance of the Ghostwater was the most luxurious assignment an Unalord could receive.
Yeah.
And they're just like chilling.
Just a nice cushy position. This is a thing that we do all the time. Nothing weird's gonna happen.
Yep. And it's just like a whole bunch of other true golds like just lounging around, and then she's an Underlord.
And then all of a sudden, dying Akari just shows up.
Yeah.
She just shows up and fucking dies, and Safaranatoth is very upset about that.
Yeah, it's very sad. She, like, calls for healing, and she, like, tries to, like check her to see, like, if there can be anything done, but, like, her core is, like, unraveling, and she's forming a remnant before, like, anything can happen.
Yep.
And
it's just, like...
And she refuses to look at it, because she's, like, she doesn't want to see her sister's remnant. It's just really sad.
And it's one of those things where anytime... pretty much anytime Lindon kills someone, it's always kind of treated... I find it interesting how it's treated.
Yeah, it's like, it's sad.
Yeah, it's like we're victorious and you're happy for him because he defeated someone who's, like, 2 levels higher than him, and he did it by, like, actually...
Yeah. And, like, she was coming after him. Like, he only really does it if, like, he needs to. If it's his last, like, kind of reason, or, like, you know. Yeah,
but it's never just like, oh, this person's just disposable. They always have people around them who they cared about. Even if they're bad, it's still just like, they're a person and they have, like, a family.
Yeah, and there's always consequences.
Yep, there's always consequences.
There's all of those people that cared about them.
Yeah, the death is taken very seriously in a way. It's like, death in this world is both very light... People
and very common, and
but also it's still taken very seriously, which is interesting to me, and it's so, like, because I keep thinking about, like, we're living in this world where might makes right, very definitively, and I'm like, like, what are we going to be, like, sort of saying about that?
Yeah.
It's still something I'm kind of interested in. Like, are we really going to say anything about it, or is it just like, in a world where we assume that might actually does make right? What then?
Right.
But, yeah, it's fascinating. Anytime Lindon kills someone, it's never just, like, unilaterally, yay, this is a good thing, and we're so happy about this, you know?
Yep, right,
it's like, there's always some level of, like, oh, it sucks that it had to come to this.
Right.
Even if we're also like, fuck yeah, Lindon, you did it.
And
like, you didn't even it wasn't even through, like, it was through trickery, but not in the usual way. He wasn't, like, cheating. He didn't have Ethan, like, doing his, like, you know, interfering during the duel, any of that kind of shit. It's just straight up, like, we fought, and I won.
Yep.
By being more clever than you. And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Lindon always has to win by being more clever than the person, which even as he, like, gets stronger and levels up, and
he still needs to have that cleverness.
Yeah, because he's always fighting people who are stronger than him.
Yep. I mean, as Orthos said, they need to be 2 levels higher
in order to be a challenge for you. Because it's just like him compared to other people, his level, his advancement, he would actually be, like, really strong.
Oh yeah,
but he's just always fucking, like, I have to get stronger, and so he's always just fighting people who are, like,
way stronger
than him,
and he like shouldn't be there, and they're all like, what are you doing?
Yep.
And he's like, haha.
Yep. Back in book 1, we're very clear, Lindon is just going to be constantly fighting people who are stronger than him.
Yep.
And that's where, like, the fun comes
Basically, from the beginning, he's always been fighting people 2 levels higher.
Yeah.
When he was what would be called, like, foundation level, it was an iron.
Yeah.
Who like with the tree or whatever,
right.
And with the, like, the elder or whatever, he, like, did the empty palm on the elder. That was 2 levels up.
Yeah.
Copper, he beat Elder Ram, which was a jade.
Right. Yeah.
And then at jade, did he beat? No, because he went, like, straight to.
Yeah, because what level was he whenever he killed, what's his name? The, like, Sand Viper guy.
He was an iron. No, he wasn't. Sorry, he was a jade.
He was a jade? I don't remember.
Yeah. But basically, most of the time, he's going
after people, like, two levels higher than him. Yep. And so I was really excited about this. I was, like, excited to see him, like, level up so much. And to see him just, like, win a fight by just, like, fighting them. Just being like, I don't have any tricks prepared. In the sense of, like, I've got some, like...
I got, like, some combat tricks, but,
yes, I have combat tricks, but I don't have, like, you know, a fucking beehive hidden under the stadium. I don't have, you know...
I didn't rig the thing somehow, or like Ghostwater to do something. I didn't hack into the,
Right, exactly. It's just like, I just got to go out there and just fight this person and be more clever in a combat, in like a split combat sense, rather than in a, I've planned ahead and set up this trap.
And she's like actually taking him seriously by the time they get to this fight. Because there's a bunch of like times where she's like, she doesn't like...
Because that's the other thing, is that like he wins by the trickery or by someone not taking him seriously enough, by like underestimating him. But this is fully fighting someone who is not underestimating him anymore. Someone who's 2 levels higher than him, who is both going all out. Yes. Because that's the thing, when he was fighting Jailong didn't want to kill him. And he lost that fight. But luckily he didn't want to kill him, and so it was fine. But this is like, no, she wants to kill you, and she is not holding back, and you just gotta like win. And he does it, and it's like, hooray! And then it's like, oh no.
It's like, oh, it's actually kind of sad.
That's actually really sad. Yep.
Yeah, and then they all start roaring.
They're like, oh, you done fucked up.
Yeah, and she's like, I failed. Carrie says I failed, and all of that. It's very sad. Like,
it really is. Like, we just get like this little snippet of like them together, and because like she had like talked to essentially her god. Right beforehand, who like gave her his little his blessing.
His blessing. It
was like, yes, go do this. You'll be great. And then she fucking dies to Lindon, and it's very sad. It's
very sad. And there's like a conversation like later that we'll go over between Saphira and her monarch or whatever.
Yep, whose name escapes me.
Yeah, well, great. I had it.
It's in my head. And it was gone.
Well, I can hear it. Shethkanaz.
Shethkanaz. Yes. Right. Yeah.
I just have to like get it together every time. Like,
yep.
How do you say this name?
Yep. Mentally preparing myself for Shethkanaz.
Yep.
Yep. So is that it for this section? Is there anything else we want to talk about?
I did want to briefly talk about with the gold dragons or whatever, just like culture or just like how they are.
Yeah, because it's like they get more and more human as they advance, because like soul fire.
Yep, allows you to like change your body.
Which is fascinating.
Yeah, so it was like she looked forward to reaching Overlord when she would have hair, but she found the strands of loose scales tumbling down her shoulders a pleasing approximation. Some other bloodlines valued their natural forms most highly and refused to transform even once they had the soul fire to do so. And then they shared the tastes of Shethkanaz, monarch of dragons, who had lived for centuries in human form. And there was no denying that Madra moved more smoothly through a human body. Right,
and I also just remembered later about Shethkanaz.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking,
yes, you're right.
Yeah. Fucking, instead of the 1,000-year-old dragon Lolly, he's a 1,000-year-old dragon Shota.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Just fucking little boy for some reason. Yeah. We already told you finishing up the whole book, so like don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, so it's interesting because it's like, because Soulfire lets you sort of reshape your body, which like if it can reshape your body to the extent that you go from dragon to human, I feel like you can really have a lot of control over your appearance.
Yeah.
With Soulfire, it would seem, but who knows. Yeah, and that's interesting, where it's like, some dragons are like, no, we're gonna stay dragons, but it's like, no, it's like we're flexing how much we can, like, reshape ourselves by using Soulfire and stuff. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I also like the other gold dragons, true golds all, lounged on beds of cloud madra all around the tent, reading books, consulting dream tablets, or snacking on flaming crickets from a cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just getting to see, we're getting to see a little more of the sort of like dragon stuff going on, because I feel like we're, we throughout this whole series so far, it's been like, and here's a new place, but fuck this new place. This new place is small potatoes compared to this place. Fuck this new place. It's small potatoes compared to... And so we're finally getting to, like, monarch level stuff, where it's like, these are the monarch level, like,
these
kingdoms
are, like,
and empires and stuff.
The big factions.
Here are the actual big factions in the world.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we're maybe going to actually learn more about them than we sort of learn about some of the other ones, where it's like someone said, the like fishers and the like sand vipers and stuff. That's like, we're not gonna like care about them anymore because
other than Fisher Gesha.
Fisher Gesha. Yeah. So it's just sort of like, maybe we'll actually get to stick around and learn more about these people because that's something that I've been kind of wanting. It feels like we're just like, here's a new thing, and then we're just like moving on from it. And like we still know that like there's something even past that, because there's like the Way, and there's like the Abaddon Court and stuff. Right. But like, you know.
But at least on like Cradle.
At least on Cradle, we're getting to that, and so that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything else for the section?
I think that's good for this section.
Alrighty. Alright, this is going to be section 2, I guess. And it's chapters 10 through 13. Yeah. Which doesn't have as clear of a, like, thing. Like, the first section was, like, this is the Lindon and Carrie stuff.
Yep, yeah.
This is kind of like, you know, we're starting with Yaren.
Yaren.
With Yaren and Mercy. And we kind of end the section with Yaren and Mercy.
Yep, yeah.
But there's also, like, Lindon stuff in there. And we even cut away to, like, what Ethan's up to for a second. But it starts with Yaren and Mercy's montage, travel montage.
Yep, so they're doing a big long trek. Yaren wants to try and get there as quick as possible and is like moving them at first at like a brutal pace, and Mercy's like, we're not getting there in one day. We need to take a rest. And
pulls a tent out of her bag of holding.
Yep. Yeah, she opens up. What we find out, like in the next chapter, so in the same section or whatever, is a void key. She opens up a void key and pulls out a tent. Yeah. And
it's a fancy magic tent, right?
Yes. Maybe? I don't know if it's like a Harry Potter tent or whatever.
I don't think that's like bigger on the inside. I think she's like, oh, sorry, it's so small. And then from Yaren's perspective, she's like, this is big and fancy.
Oh yeah, she's like, this is great, because Yaren's like was planning on sleeping outside and is like, this is actually nice weather to sleep outside. You know, like, is like, it could be so much worse. And then Mercy pulls out a tent and she's just like, what? She's like, what if I had one wish to be reborn as a monarch's child or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it won't be comfortable. The tent is really meant for one person.
The tent. Yaren repeated. And then, like, it pops open. It's like a forged Madra, like, tent or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Got you.
Yeah, it's not just like a normal, like, you know, she pulls out a tent and then they set it up with, you know...
No. Mercy held up a palm-sized square of dark green forged Madra, which snapped into a pyramid-shaped tent. And scripts on the outside provided an extra veil and warded away spirits.
Yeah, it's like, it's protected in some way. It's not just like a regular-ass tent.
Yeah, but Mercy stared at the shelter like she couldn't imagine how they'd ever squeeze both people inside. But to Yaren, it looked like a palace. If the heavens gave me one wish, I'd ask to be reborn as a monarch's kid.
Yep. And so we're getting some of that fun, you know, rich kid, poor kid, in a sense.
Yeah, Mercy's like, it's just a tent. Like, what?
And it also gives you a sense of, like, because, like, the Sword Sage, who I almost called the Sword Saint, the Sword Sage, because, like, sages and heralds occasionally just either become monarchs or ascend. Right? And so it's like, the Sword Sage... He was just out here living.
Yeah, he was just taking this girl along with him, like in places she shouldn't be able to survive. Like they're like he's keeping her alive, but like, you know.
Yep, and also it's just like living out in the wild.
Oh yeah,
and
shit. Not living in comfort, not caring at all about any of that. Like he's traveling, you know.
In my head, the Sword Sage is now Zorro. Where it's just like, you know, I'm crazy, strong, and powerful, but also just wandering around lost everywhere.
I mean, basically.
Big wandering swordsman.
Seemed to be a big wanderer.
Yeah. And so it's like, Yaren, you kind of almost were a monarch's kid in a sense, but just for someone who did not care to be a monarch in the sense of like, I'm going to establish myself someplace and be all nice and cushy.
Right, and he didn't, like, give her much above, like, her advancement and stuff like that, you know.
Because it was always like, yeah, I've lost limbs, and I had to work to
reattach them, and, you know.
Yep, to get the pill needed to reattach them,
like,
or whatever.
so she definitely was around, like...
wondrous things like that, but also had to, like, you gotta earn it.
Exactly, yeah.
It was supposed to be like, here you go.
Yeah, because that shows, like, Mercy's, like, not allowed home and is like seemingly banished in a way or whatever, but still had like access, at least when she was leaving, to like all this shit, like and this is like nothing to her. This is just like everyday, you know, items.
Yep, it's just like, oh, it's such a small tent, and it's like, what do you mean? It's a tent.
It's a tent. Yep.
Yep.
It's some shelter.
So that's what they're up to. They're like, we're going on a journey.
Yeah.
We're having a travel montage. We're making our way.
Yeah. Making my way.
Making my way.
We're watching Critical Role.
Yep. But then eventually, after, it's like a few weeks?
Yeah, they're traveling for a while, and, like, they keep getting, because, like, she's trying to, like, push them a lot at first, and then, like, she realizes they can't make the time that she wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, they keep running into, like, they ran into, like, a giant mammoth at some point that they have to navigate around. They, like, the Akura Sage, Charity.
Yeah.
She marked out on the map, like, where all the factions are and stuff, so they kind of know where to avoid. They're, like, trying to stay away from Red Moon Hall, and also, like, all of the other, like, factions around and stuff. They're trying to kind of stay out of the way.
Yeah.
But Yaren is getting very, stir crazy, and, wants to get moving.
Right. Yep. And so they spend a little while doing that, but then, like, they realize, oh, actually, we're getting pretty close. But there are dragons camped out there. The gold dragons are camped out there, and... Yeah,
well, they realized they were way closer than they thought they were. We also get a little bit of Mercy's bow, Sue, and some description of Mercy's path, so I actually want to go into a little bit of that.
Right, with, like, the book and the pages and everything.
Yeah, and Yaren is also training the Endless Sword, so she's going through some memories of her
master, the Sword Sage.
Yeah, trying to make it like a whisper, like the wind or whatever. So like, it's a very like Zorro in Alabasta.
Yes, it's classic swordsman shit where she's got the strength, she's got the raw power, but it's about learning the like control and the precision and whatnot.
Yep, and to just do, like, one cut where she wants, you know, instead of, like...
She's gotta work on her edge alignment.
But for the ruler technique, so, really, Man,
because that's the thing, with edge alignment is important because if you're swinging a sword, like, perfectly horizontally, but the sword itself is, like, tilted one way or the other, once it makes contact with the thing that you're hitting, the sword is just gonna go in the direction that it is. So it's like if you're swinging the sword perfectly horizontal, but the sword is angled slightly down, when you hit the thing, the sword's gonna go angled down, cutting through the thing. Right. And so it's just gonna like make your shit less good. Which is something that I remember because like the slow-mo guys did a video where they were like cutting through a bunch of bottles with a sword, and someone was like, you know, it's like this is perfect because it's like a slow-mo sword thing, and you can see the way that like his edge alignment's bad because he doesn't know how to use a sword, and so that's why he just like doesn't cut through all of them. He just like
put some or whatever.
Yeah, just hits through some of them, and like it does like a weird angle and doesn't do quite what he was expecting. And it's like that's why edge alignment's important. Yeah, and that's why swords don't have perfectly round handles. They have like oval handles so that they like
can move it
because if it was perfectly circular, then it could like
shift.
Because like it sits in your hand in a particular way, like the oval, so that it lines up.
Yeah, and then you can also feel it and stuff if it's off.
Yep, and so you know, think that, but spiritual.
I love it.
Her spiritual edge alignment is off. I don't know. That's just my metaphor for it.
But also, we don't go into the path stuff. It's in the later section with Mercy and Yaren.
What?
They do just hear the gold dragons start to roar out of nowhere, and they are very confused why. We know why the gold dragons have started to roar.
Right, yes, because
of
Akari dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like, what?
What is going on? Why are the dragons
because,
all upset?
Like, they're very upset, so we're just gonna kind of hide out for a little bit, and, like, they shouldn't be coming after us, right? So, like, we should be good, but let's just hide for a bit.
Right, yeah, it's later at the end of this section.
But they do know that Lindon is with the Skysworn. Like, the dragons know Lindon came with the Skysworn and the Black Flame Empire.
Right,
and such. Yeah. So, like, when the Gold Dragons do, like, you know, they know that they're connected to Lindon.
Right, yeah. The dragons know they're... Yeah. But yeah, so they're making their way. And at the end of this section, they will end up confronting the dragons.
Yeah. But then we move back to Lindon.
Yep, we cut back to Lindon, and for the next couple chapters, Lindon is making his way.
Yes.
Through Ghostwater.
Yep.
And because he was trying to get to from the Dream Well to the Spirit Well.
Yep.
Because it was like, that's the next, like, big important thing. Because, like, Dross was like, the Spirit Well is a thing that exists, and you could go to that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's on the other side of a carry.
Yep.
You got to get through that first. And so now that he's done that, he's heading his way to the Spirit Well.
Yeah, he takes 2 days to prepare, like, finishing up at the Dream Well and stuff. And he opens a Carrie's Void Key. He realizes that is a thing and gets Void Keys explained to him, that it's like he held out a broken necklace with a copper key dangling from the center. It was only the size of a fingernail, but too small to unlock anything bigger than a dollhouse. And he knew it was like some sort of treasure. Wasn't sure what it is, and opens it. A doorway bloomed in front of him, 7 feet tall and about 3 feet wide. It led into a closet hanging there in midair. The closet was only a few feet deep and mostly empty.
Got you. Right. That's where he gets that. Right. Yeah. Forgot about that. Because I remember whenever we were reading those later parts, and he's, like, putting stuff in there.
In the Void Key, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, like, I had forgotten, like, where he had gotten that from.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it seemed like a bunch of her necklaces were different, like, things like that. Like, she was also hanging out in, like, in
her whole, like...
private space or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was, like, different from, like, Void Key, but, like...
But similar in a sense.
Yeah.
And so it's like, now he's got this little, like, portable closet, which is a fun D&D item.
Yep. So then, he's told, a Void Key. I've only glimpsed them from afar. It's rare for even an Underlord to have such a thing. It contains a private space, accessible only by one who holds it. Whatever you keep in there, no one can touch it unless they steal the key. And he goes, I've never seen something so beautiful. Lindon.
Yeah, because the little blue doesn't want to go in there, right?
No. She doesn't want to stay. She just wants to be with him. Yeah,
she doesn't want to, like, even though it's, like, safer to be in the little Void Key closet, she doesn't want to, like...
she wants to stay with Lindon.
She wants to stay with Lindon.
Yeah.
Which is sweet.
Yeah.
He's just, like, a little friend.
Yeah. I love, that, like, because... the Void Key is just so perfect for Lindon, because, like, his whole thing, like, from the beginning, it's, like, all about, like, preparation, and all, you know, like, all about that, and so, like... Having
a portable closet full of shit for him to, like...
And his pack broke earlier
this true.
Book. So that's basically, you know, it's his pack that he always has with him. He has all of his stuff, and then it broke, and he had it all kind of in this box instead that it didn't really fit very well, and now he's got this whole big storage closet that he gets to put all his stuff in.
Yeah, I forgot that, like, his pack got fully, like, destroyed. Because his pack was always, like, such a thing.
Like, he always had his pack with him. So now,
and it's the thing that he was always like, I gotta grab my pack.
Yep. But now he's got his Void Key with him.
Yes, yeah. So that's good. I hadn't thought about it in that sense, in those terms of it being, like, sort of like a replacement for his pack, and how much that, like, works for him. Yeah,
and he takes, like, those 2 days to, like, there's a bunch of furniture in there. He, like, breaks it all down for firewood for recycling. Yeah. He, like, fills up as much stuff from the like Dreamwell as possible, as much, like, vials and other, like, things. Packs that whole thing. It has, like, rations and other stuff in there. He has that all set up. He just goes through and makes, like, the most prepared little Void Key he can.
Yep, just fully packed up in his little inventory.
He also sees a few objects in here that, like, kind of call out to him, but he doesn't, like, spend too much time on them. There were a few eye-catching treasures shoved into the corners of a closet. A sculpture of a woman in smooth white jade, a mirror of pure gold, a jeweled star, and a teacup that seemed to be made of paper-thin eggshell. None of them gave off the slightest aura of power, but Orthos suggested they were valuable enough that they could fund Lindon's entire advancement to the end of True Gold. But yeah.
Interesting.
And he said the real treasure is the necklace and stuff like that. But that's just like some of the...
White jade. Because I think of jade as being green.
Yeah. I think there are different colors of
jade.
Of jade.
Because it's like, it's one of those things where like, there are certain gems that aren't different gems. That like we think are different gems, but aren't different gems. They're the same gem, but in different colors.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah.
Like
same like mineral, but like different colors. We call it different things.
Yes,
okay.
It's like it's the same basic mineral, but with like impurities of this other thing,
right.
And so it colors it to be this other thing. And so it's like emeralds are green,
right,
by definition, but they are the same type of gem as another type of gem that is a different color.
Right.
And so you could call them a different colored emerald, but yeah, or something like that. You know, it's like, I know that there are gems like that. Yeah, because I don't know what makes jade, you know?
Yeah, white jade is a thing.
Yeah.
But it seems to not quite be as valuable as green, except for sometimes when it is very rare.
You know
but
how
I'm
it
also
is.
looking at the AI thing, which I was just complaining about.
You are...
and I should never look at because it makes me really angry.
You were specifically trying to look up stuff about Cradle, and it was like describing what Lindon does in this book, but saying that Yaren was doing it.
Yep. It was like, what is Yaren's advancement in this book? I looked it up. And it's like, in one core, it's this, and but by the end of the book, and I'm like, you mean Lindon? Thanks so much for being the most stupid thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of all the AI nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
So tired of it.
All the AI nonsense is just, like, so annoying, because, like,
I hate it so much.
Yeah. It used to be that, like, Google had, like, little, like, cards, and it'd be, like, you'd Google certain things, and it'd pop up with a little card, and it'd be, like, here's the information on it, and it would be, like, correct, and then they're like, what if we had AI do it, and it's just worse?
It used to be when you looked stuff up, you would get what you looked for. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yep.
At all. Ew! Anyway, we'll have to get on from this, because we'll go off. I'm so tired of it.
Yep.
Stop being lazy, y'all. Get rid of AI stuff.
Holly is just like, she literally was just like right next to like my ear.
Don't use ChatGPT if you use it.
Yeah.
It's bad and annoying. Stop being weird.
It's one of those things, and like, I don't know. I guess technically there's like a non-zero chance that like someone that I know, that one of my friends in my group chat will actually like watch this podcast someday, because they do technically know that it exists. But I'm pretty sure none of them actually do watch it. So hopefully this is safe to say that like every now and then someone in the group chat, like one or two people in the group chat will like say something about like using ChatGPT or like AI generating like an image or something, and I just like, you know, I'm being a friend and not like being a dick about this, but like, stop it.
Yep. If there's anyone that I know that's watching this and you use ChatGPT, I will say this to your face if I know. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing that? Stop being weird. Don't use that anymore.
I do remember, and this, if someone in the group chat does see this and they remember this will be narrowing down who I could be talking about. But one time I did say something about how like a thing about AI's like, you know, power usage and whatnot, and someone in the group chat was like, you know, being like, well, it's just like, you know, comparable to like a Google search, and I didn't like press it, but like, yeah, it's using a comparable amount of power to a Google search while being less useful than a Google search, and also now Google is using AI when you do a Google search.
So it's an extra.
So now a Google search uses even more power. Like, AI is using so much energy and water and resources for a thing that doesn't do anything useful. It doesn't do anything useful. Listen, I know that you're
lying to you. I promise you have believed stuff that is untrue because of this.
Like, if, I don't know, like, sure, you used an AI generated image for some jewelry because you were like getting someone to like actually like make that jewelry for you or whatever, but like, motherfucker, you could, like, I promise you don't need to do that.
Yep, you can either explain it or get an artist to draw it if you really need to visualize it, or sketch it yourself.
Like, you could do a shitty drawing of it and bring it to a jeweler, and they could probably get you something better. Like, it's truly, like, you could just draw a super shitty version of it and show it to a jeweler, and they would still, like, talk with you and, like, figure something out.
Yep.
And you would be wasting a lot less energy and water, and, like, the demand for all this stuff is leading to, like, data centers being built in places that are, like, pushing people out.
Yep.
And, like, causing...
Don't poison my river. Yeah. I like going down that river in the summer.
Yeah.
Don't poison my river.
Right. And so it's just like...
Because they're lying. They're like, it's going to be a different type of cooling system. No, you're lying. I do not believe you. I've never believed a single word out of y'all's mouth. You lie in a billion other places. It's OpenAI.
Yeah.
Like, you lie everywhere else. Why would I think that you're not lying to the government currently about what you were planning on doing and how you're cooling it?
Yeah. It's just like...
Keep my river.
It's genuinely just like AI is actually useless. Like, oh, I just use it to, like, bounce ideas off of. Talk to a human.
Right. I'm begging.
Just talk out loud to yourself.
Right.
Literally just talk out loud to yourself. You'll get the same fucking thing.
Write in a notebook.
Write in a notebook. It like, even if you're like, I know that this is the lying machine that lies to me, and so I don't believe anything that it says, it's still like, so you're getting the same as if you just talk to no one.
Yep, or go on Reddit or Tumblr or a forum.
Right, it's just like, truly, it's just like... It's so dumb. It's like, don't use it for anything. It's literally pointless. It's literally useless. And, like, fucking, like, even if you're trying to AI generate an image, it's not going to give you what you want. It's like...
Yeah, I tried to mess with it once when it was first coming out, the image thing, and then I'm like, oh, this is, like, worse than useless. I can't...
Right, it's like, I also remember, like, trying to, like,
and then I'm
work
like,
with it, like, a little bit early on.
And then I'm like, oh, the energy stuff, and I don't actually want to engage with this at all. But, like... When it was first, and I'm like...
It's like, back when this was first being a thing, it was, like, first starting to be, like, oh, this actually is kind of, like, good, in quotes.
Yeah.
Where it's not just, like...
Yep, it's like, oh...
Audacity died.
Yeah.
It crashed on us during our AI rant.
Yep.
And so this is a new day. And then we were going back and being like, so what were we talking about? And boy, we had been...
ranted for AI, about AI for a long time.
We did. We went on for a while there. And then we were like, oh, this was a tangent off of another tangent.
Yep.
About white jade and whether or not that's a thing.
From the Void Key.
So, hopefully we're back on track.
Yep. We're back.
Yeah, so we're back. Man. And yeah, he's got the Void Key to replace his backpack.
Yeah.
And there's stuff in there, but he doesn't know what it does. And it's like, all right, well, let's head on to the next thing.
Yep. Yeah, they prepare for like 2 days, and then finally he's like, okay, like we gotta go. Because he didn't want to leave quite yet or whatever. And eventually he's like, okay, the cracks in space are like
getting worse,
getting to be a problem. Like we gotta go.
Yeah. And Lil Blue doesn't want to go in the Void Key.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go in the Void Key, so she stays in his pocket.
Yep, which is fun.
Yeah.
She's just like, nope, I'm a little friend.
Yeah,
I want to stay close by. Because also it's like, it's probably dark in the Void Key.
Yeah, it is.
But also she used to be in like the backpack, which would have been dark. But also, you know, it's still
yeah,
like,
but it's like a different space.
Yep, so it's like, you know, fully separate as opposed to being like, I'm with my buddy.
Yep. Like I can still hear things going on out there or whatever.
Right.
Like in the Void Key. Like it's not like anything. It's just
not completely like cut off.
Yep. So they're going through this habitat to where Dross says the Spirit Well and the tablet library are. So they start swimming down. And they're talking about how like the boundary doesn't keep the giant like fish things out. It's just to keep the water out or whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then they start swimming down, and it's the next
next chapter.
But we're not doing it that way anymore.
Yep. Yep, and so now he's with Zeal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to go too step by step into, like, going down into the next area.
Yeah, because it's like, Zeal kind of goes through first, right?
They don't quite meet him yet until they get down into, like, they get into the next area, and then the, one of the giant, sea drake. Is that what it is?
Maybe?
Yeah. So, like, that starts, like, chasing them or whatever. So, like, it swims into the next
like
habitat or whatever, where Zeal's at.
Gotcha.
And so then he, very suddenly, like, appears right in front of them, basically, and stops the sea drake from attacking and just, like, kills it. And then walks off with his hammer, just, like, grinding on the ground.
Hits with the hammer, but then the hammer's, like, too heavy and he's, like, lugging it around.
Yep.
So it's like he's always, like, so weak and lugging the hammer around and, like...
But then these giant, like...
But then whenever it's time to fight, he has, like, these, like, bursts of, like, incredible speed and strength.
Yep. Yeah, so we kind of officially meet Zeal because we'd seen him a bit, like...
Right.
Way before, just, like, a description of this horned guy, like, green horned guy.
Yep, who has green horns.
Green horns, not green person.
With horns.
With horns.
Because in my head, he's like a green tiefling.
Got you, yeah.
He's just like a green horned guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And it's like, no matter how many times that they're like, he's got green horns. I'm like, no. No, he is green.
He is green. That's very funny.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, well, my brain is just stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and he seems to be real, like, sad and just not, like,
Yeah, he's not doing well.
Not doing the best. But he, like, has helped Lindon. He has helped Lindon, like, a few times and stuff.
Yeah.
He seems to... unlike a Carrie and Harmony and, you know, Yanshome, you know, like...
he actually cares about him.
Right.
As just, like, another person. Instead of just being like, fuck you, you ant.
Yeah. You're in my... what are you doing here? Die. You know?
Yeah, get out of my way.
Yep.
I kill you. For fun.
Yep. And so he, like, walks off, like, towards the spirit well, and then they, like, end up following him. And... we get Zeal of the Wasteland. Yeah, this comes from Dross. We're not exactly flush with records about him, sorry to say, but there are plenty of rumors. I can tell you he's under the Beast King's protection, and you know what that means.
I don't.
The Beast King. He's been a legend for centuries, a crippled boy who befriended some ancient beasts and eventually rose to the level of a herald. He's one of the guardians who stand in the wasteland between Akura territory and the land of dragons, protecting human civilizations.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we get that. We get the... Okay, because it's interesting. Because the families who are coming in here, or like empires who are coming in here and doing stuff.
Yep.
The dragon ones, they've got a monarch. The Akura, they've got a monarch.
Yes.
But the blood people...
Yep.
The Bleeding Phoenix people... Like, they have the Bleeding Phoenix, but they're at the whims of the Bleeding Phoenix.
Right.
Their highest level...
seems to be... We've heard of a sage.
Yes, a sage. And then we have a herald for Zeal.
Yep.
And is that it? Is that all the folks that were there when they showed up?
Akari, Harmony, Yanshome, Zeal... And they were waiting from someone from the Nine Cloud Court.
Yes, they were waiting for someone from the Nine Cloud Court. So it's like 2 monarchs, a herald, a sage, and then whatever the Nine Cloud Court's got going on. Which do we know if they have a monarch? Yeah. So
from literally the beginning, from the first book.
Yes, yeah, because we're going and seeing different like monarchs.
We know
and stuff.
of Shamiara.
Yeah.
Because we saw her.
Like, yeah.
She was like the young girl or whatever.
Right. Yep. So that's interesting. It's like heralds and sages and monarchs.
Yep. And like it doesn't seem like Northstrider has like a faction.
Yeah, Northstrider doesn't have a faction, but he also seems like it seems like he had a faction. And then he was like,
I'm not feeling it. Yeah, because with Ghostwater or whatever, he had a bunch of like...
Yes, he had a bunch of people who were working there and like doing something. Yeah. And boy, like, because, you know, we're going to get to it at like the end of the book, and this isn't like the quote section for it, but boy, Northstrider, huh? Because I remember, because I don't think I talked about this. Like, I don't remember. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's been so long since the last one. We've been so inconsistent.
We've been bad.
But
we're doing it for fun.
But we're doing it for fun. The point is to do it for fun, and if you're also enjoying it, then that's great. But we're gonna try.
Yes, we are.
Because we do like doing it.
Yes.
But it's just we're always tired.
Yeah, tired and busy. Life is a thing.
Life is a thing. Life is hard. But North Strider was like doing all this shit with Ghostwater, trying to do this thing, but the grand project failed.
Yep.
And then he just let it go to ruin, and it just seems like he's like, I need to get back to the basics. Fighting monsters and eating them in the ocean.
Yeah. He's just chilling, eating monsters.
Eating monsters. It's like, you know what? I forgot what life's truly about. Fucking just eating some random giant monsters, dungeon meshy style. That's what it's all about. So yeah, and we'll get into more on that later once we get to like the end section. But in this little bit, it's like we get to hang out with Zeal.
Yeah.
Who I really enjoy Zeal.
Yeah. He's super interesting.
Yeah, because in this section, because like, what chapter were we going to? We were going to like 13.
Yeah.
Do we learn about Zeal's deal in these sections?
Yes. Yeah, we learn about him like in these. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We learned his whole his like core is all like broken up and like stitched together wrong.
Yeah,
Lindon says.
Yes, it's like he's weirdly broken up and twisted around. It kind of reminds me of like what's her name? Jai.
Yes, Jai Chen. Yep.
Jai Chen's fucked up shit going on.
Yeah. Hers was it was like moving on its own, and it was like twisted and stuff like that. But this like looks like it's almost like broken, stitched together, and like half working in some spots, but like dark in others. Yeah. And so I don't know what's up with that. Here it is. His core, a hazy green light, had been destroyed. Something had deliberately sliced it into pieces, then stitched the pieces back together. Half of his mantra channels were dark, and the other half were twisted and knotted into chaotic patterns. Lindon closed off his perception, horrified. A true gold with that much damage to their spirit should either be dead or unsold. But he had the power of a true gold now. How powerful had he been before?
Yep. Yeah, that's the question, and I do wonder what his deal is. Yeah. I'm curious. I'm like, maybe he was like a monarch even, before this happened to him. Why did this happen? Was it an attempt to get stronger, trying to like remake himself in a way? Right. Was this something that someone did to fuck with him? Right. Like, what happened? Like, what happened? Yep. Yeah. If it's like, oh, he should be dead, but he's this powerful, I'm like, he must have been, like, sage, herald, monarch, or above, I feel. Got you. In order for us to, like, be like, that's how fucking great he was, but then he got nerfed down to, like, really low, but... Yeah, and he talks about, he's like, I used to have access to pills to get me to, that would get you to true gold in like a second or whatever, and like, he's like, my bed was stuffed with I don't know, like feather. I don't remember what he said, but just like just like how it's like it used to be so good. I used to have everything. And he's just a big old sad sack. Yeah, and he's also, because he's, like, kind of just watching Lindon as, like, we haven't talked about, like, the spirit well or anything. No. Like, that's why they're there. They got to the spirit well. He's been drinking, guzzling that, like... And he's put, like, dross from the key into his core. Yep. And, then cycling the spirit well into dross. Yeah. As well. Exactly, yep. And that's been doing good things for Dross. Yeah. Because Dross gets like a core and mantra channels from that, right? Yeah, it's for like 3 weeks he's in his core. Because Dross had been like leaking out of the like Eye of the Deep, right? Yep. Yeah, and he reaches high gold in the path of black flames in like 2 days. And it like talks about like getting like denser or whatever. Yes, the mantra gets like denser, it's like thicker and like moves more slowly and stuff, but it's like more potent and dense, and so it's like oh, that's the step, that's the distinguishing thing between these. Yep, low and then high. Yep.
And so, like, as he's, like, doing this basically constant cycling and, like, all that type of stuff, and then he's also looking at random tablets and stuff like that, trying to see if there's any, like, he's trying to come up with, like, an enforcer technique for...
Yes, for the Path of Twin Stars, for his pure core.
And so he's kind of stumbling around trying to figure, like, stuff out or whatever, and Zeal is watching him just being like, why are you trying so hard? Like, what's, like, what's your problem? And Lindon's like, well, I am taking a break. Currently. I'm, like, looking through I'm not currently cycling or doing something, but, like, I am taking a break. And he's like, there's no one watching. Like, what's wrong with you?
Right, yeah.
And then he kind of goes on a, like, you know, his whole,
It really brings down the mood, doesn't it? Joss observed.
I used to have those pills. They were this big. They smelled like fresh berries and summer leaves.
Yeah.
And and he's also eating Diamond Scale, like that.
He
can eat like one bite of that, and then he eats one bite of the sea drake, and then the rest of the carp. So he's still just like
eating the super body meat,
yep.
the steroid fish.
Exactly.
I've been eating nothing but steroid fish and spirit well.
Exactly. Yeah, so it was Zeal who's wandering through the tablets or whatever, and he like follows Zeal around or whatever. And all of the tablets that Zeal was touching were for archlords.
Doesn't Dross eat a little spirit thing?
Yes, eats a little dream seed.
Dream seed.
Yep, and it helps him start to like make more connections and like stuff like that.
Yes, because it's like, you know, because there was like the Sylvan River seed.
Yes,
these are dream seeds.
Yep, yeah. And they don't have like personalities, or they haven't really like
developed into anything yet. They're just like little flames almost.
Yeah.
Or little like
little purple. I'm not exactly
sure what they look like.
Yeah.
But
they're like purplish.
Yeah.
Because like dream
aura
and stuff is
spirits.
Yeah. And this whole place is like built to kind of like have that like balance of aura to like create the dream seeds. That was like part of having the spirit well there, was to like create the dream seeds.
Right.
Because they were trying to implant, I think, dream seeds in people to see if it would do stuff or whatever. Gotcha. And it just like it didn't really do anything. Yeah. But yeah. I was trying to get to Zeal's little
speech.
Yeah. Because he's trying to figure it out on his own and is doing, like, water techniques. Like, based on that, because it, like, feels way different from fire.
Yeah, it feels way different from fire. It feels more like water. He's thinking about, like, what a Carrie was doing with her sort of, like, flowing, watery fire thing.
And it did, like, something, but not, like, it didn't really work very well. And, like, it didn't quite work. And there's, like, there's no one around to see. You can take a break. That's what I'm doing. So he's like, you're killing yourself for nothing. The prize is an illusion. The mountain has no peak. You keep climbing and climbing until you fall off and break yourself at the bottom. High gold is one step. True gold is another step. But there's no end to it. You could walk forever, but every path ends in a fall.
Gotcha. Yeah. Because this whole thing about, like, the path of the sacred arts has no end thing, you know, that's sort of like coming up again. But this time now, in a more sort of like...
It's like, no, it has no end. It only ends in a fall.
It only ends in a fall. It's like, you got to find some place to, like, stop and be happy, or else you're just going to, like, break yourself in some way. Which is why I wonder if, like, the being torn apart and put back together, did he, like, accidentally tear himself apart and then get put back together wrong? Or did he try and pull himself apart and put himself back together to make himself better and it didn't work?
Right.
I don't know.
I like it. He also has just make sure you have something else to keep you going. Sacred arts are not enough to live for. Yeah. And so he's like, I mean, you're not gonna change how you are on this or whatever, but just at least at least
you need to be doing it for something, not just for
something, and have something else. Like, you know,
so that if, you know, this thing goose badly, you have something else.
So, like, something to go on for, you know? Yeah. So then Zeal gives him something, a path thing to look at, like a dream tablet or whatever. Yeah. The Script Lord, Archlord on the Path of Whispering Wind, the creation of 7 principles, which is an Archlord tablet. So he's like, this is gonna, like, fry my brain, and he's like, no, this is fine for you, whatever. Yeah. And so he gets to, like, kind of learn about, like, the fundamental, like, the basic principles. It's basically this guy trying to...
Oh, yeah, because he, like, goes into
yep.
people's... It's, you know, it's like
yep.
he's suddenly them and experiencing
yep.
it from their perspective.
Yeah, that's how dream tablets are, which I love how those bits are always written.
Yes, and I said that it reminds me so much of Planescape Torment, because
gotcha. Yeah.
there's the sensates in Planescape. They're one of the...
Right, yeah, you were telling me about that. Right.
Yes,
right.
they're one of the factions in the city of Doors, Sigil. And they believe that, like, sort of the path to enlightenment is to experience everything.
Right.
To know and experience everything. And so the sensates, they go out and they experience things and they put them into these, like, gems.
Yeah.
That you can then touch and have that experience. And so you just go to the local sensorium, and for a few copper, you too can experience the sensation of sticking your hand in lava.
Yep, there's like dream
tablets.
Yeah, dream tablet libraries and like stuff like that, like and like entertainment ones and like path ones and stuff like that.
Yep.
In this, wouldn't be surprised if he had some inspiration from that at all.
Yep. You too can know firsthand the experience of being poisoned and betrayed by your most loyal student for just a few cents at the local sensorium. Yep. And so he starts like going into these like dream tablets and like trying to like learn from them.
Yes. Yeah. So like this one specifically is like because he had tried some other ones before, and like Dross was like, what was that? Like there was like someone had like lost him. It was like grief or something or whatever. And he's like, what was that feeling? And Lindon's like, grief. And he's like, I don't like that emotion. Can we not?
Can we do it, everyone?
Yeah. Which is good. But yeah, so it's the one that Zeal gives him is basically this guy who is revising his clan's foundation principles. He's like, no one ever really goes back and like goes over Pure Madra, because like you always like you take in aura or whatever, and so then like this is like a really rich area of study or whatever. So then Lindon gets a much better grasp on Pure Madra as a like thing. So he starts making the Soul Cloak. But he understood enough. Even a brief glimpse into an Archlord's revision of Pure Madra cycling techniques gave him a better sense for the mechanics involved. And like just the feeling of doing it, because like that's part of like the dream libraries. It's like dream tablet is it's like the actual feeling, the experience of it. So like feeling the Madra like going through.
Like feeling this guy like. You know, because this guy in this dream tablet, he's fully understanding and experiencing and like. Doing it, and so then you can come out of it, and it's not just like, here's abstract instructions, here's the actual
here's like the feeling
here's
of
what it feels like to do it.
So like now I need to match like what I'm doing to how I just felt, you know. Which is pretty cool. And he's like, oh, like Pure Madra isn't really like water. Like
it's its own thing.
It's its own thing or whatever. It just was way.
It's just close. It's just more like water than
Black Flame.
Right.
Yeah. So it was basically. Yeah, he made the Soul Cloak. He's like experimenting with it and stuff. And Zeal asks for its name.
Yes.
It's like, what do you call it? The Soul Cloak. I used to have poets name techniques in my honor. They would never have allowed such a plain name. Each character was a poem in itself. My bed was stuffed with phoenix feathers. Your insight is appreciated.
Your insight is appreciated.
From Lindon.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, I love him.
I mean, I do too.
But yes.
There's just something so comical about how how he is.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something. I need to find these videos. There's this videos that this guy did, like, going over, like, attack names from Bleach and how crazy they are.
Got you.
And, like, how their Japanese translations, like, they're, like, little poems almost.
Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah, the Soul Cloak, because the thing with the Burning Cloak is that it's very good for, like, bursts of really intense power.
Bursts of crazy power.
But it's not good for, like, control.
Yep. Yes, because, like, we saw him, like, barely being able to, like, move Orthos, because he had to just, like, move him in these big, like, pushes or whatever. He couldn't just, like, carry him.
Yes.
With that Enforcer technique.
But with this, it's like he's got, like, way better control of his body. He's got, like, it's like, oh my god.
It's this, like, fluid strength.
Yes.
And stuff. And extremely responsive to, like, basically every, like, movement and
yes,
thing.
It's, like, very fine motor control. And you start to realize, like, oh, this is why Ethan is the way he is.
Yes, yeah.
Like, when we see, like, Ethan dodging things and being exactly where he needs to be. And, like, it makes sense if that's what Pure Madra is like, with your, like, enforcing your body with it.
Yeah.
It allows you to, like, move so perfectly and precisely. It makes sense why someone with the Aurelius Bloodline ability, where you can see and perceive everything, being able to then move appropriately.
And then he also has, like, raindrop iron body or whatever he said.
Yes.
So it's, like,
where
similar...
he's, like, dodging raindrops and whatnot. Like, he's super focused on that, like...
So then with Pure Madra, it's just, you know...
Yep, and so it's like, oh, Pure Madra's good for that kind of thing. And so we start to see, it's like, oh, there's, like, a reason why he does it.
Yep.
And that's fun. And it's not even outright stated, but it just sort of, like, it all, like, makes sense.
Yep.
Like, as it's being explained, I'm like, oh, this works.
Yep, because then we immediately get to see Ethan kind of go...
Yes.
Not full out, really. Mm-hmm. He just shows, like, some power that because he's, like, majorly been trying to, like, lay low around the Black Flame Empire. Like, don't look at me too much, except for, hi, I'm the best. Except for, don't worry about my power. I'm just, like...
Yeah, because that's the thing. There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
Where am I starting? Where am I starting with this? Like, Ethan... Like yes, like we do this stuff and then we cut over to like Ethan fighting Long Hook.
Yes.
And we get to see him fight some more, like we get to see him do sometimes.
But not in his perspective.
And whenever we see Ethan fight, he's always like so good and so strong. And with like Mercy, she's like weirdly strong even for her advancement level.
Right.
And so we kind of get this sense of like, yeah, you're, like, a true gold, but you're not, like, a monarch's true gold.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
And so it's like, Ethan is like, yes, I'm an underlord like you guys are.
Exactly.
But, like, you guys aren't, like, a sage's underlord.
Exactly. Yup.
You know?
Yup. I like it.
And so that's why I was like, oh, Yaren is, like, oh, this, like, she was just, like, a jade when she showed up, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you first like
she
met
was a
her.
Jade,
And it's like, oh, you're a jade, but you're a sage's jade.
Exactly. Oh yeah, and a prodigy at that. He picked her up because she was, you know, like.
Yep. And so it's like, you know, no wonder you're fighting people above your advancement level. Yeah. You know, your master was like, you gotta be fighting someone above your advancement level. Well, actually, that was something that Orthos said. Orthos was like, they need to be at least two steps above you in order for it to be a challenge. I love the Orthos voice.
It's so good.
A dragon. But yeah, and so it's like, no, like there's, it's interesting. It oh god, it makes me think of fucking Pokemon.
Okay.
And it's like, well, you see, whenever you're making a competitive Pokemon, I have to breed the Pokemon to have a specific nature, because that nature means that these stats will be boosted or lowered, and then you have to fight specific types of Pokemon, because they give you different, like, EVs, which are, like, effort values, which, like, if you defeat certain Pokemon, they give you certain EVs, so they, like, affect certain, so that you're more likely to level up certain stats than others, and so you have to fight certain types of Pokemon so that you're EV training them to be the best while also making sure they have the right nature and also, you know.
Yep.
And it's just like how to get the best.
Yep.
It's these Pokemon are both fucking the same level, but one of these has been EV trained and has the right set of moves, the right stats, the right items all equipped, you know.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. It's just sort of like, you know, who's been optimizing their build properly?
I mean, exactly. And like we've seen like Ethan helping like do that for Lindon. Yeah. Right? Like he started behind, but like he also started. Then when he did get started, he has Yaren and Ethan.
Yep.
You know, Sage's, you know, and then like
Sage's apprentice, and then like, you know, Ethan, who's also like the Sage of the.
They said the Sage of Thousand Eyes.
Thousand Eyes.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
We don't know much of what
the deal with that is.
But
like getting him ready, like here's the iron body that you want.
Like the iron body, like that's like the iron body is huge. He's not doing any of this stuff without that or whatever. Yeah. But also, if he didn't push that further than what Ethan would have done, then it also, I don't think he would be
no
like where he is. So it is like, it's not like it was just handed to him.
Right. Yeah.
And
oh yeah, we always do get the sense that like Lindon's having to like work for all this stuff. Like he has a lot of help.
Yeah.
And that's also an important part of it, is that you can't do it on your own. You got to have help and whatnot. But also that he's got to like, work
but also
for
he's
it
like,
and be clever and not just
he puts
like overpower
a lot
everyone.
into it, like everything.
Yep.
Most people who were given like the opportunities he was given wouldn't take them as far and wouldn't,
Right. Yeah. Yep. We both may be 20th level, but I min-maxed my character to shit. And you're just having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Brennan. I showed you that video of Brennan talking about making a 20th level character.
Yeah, it's wild.
Where his goal was to do the, like, most damage in a single round of combat that he could. It was like, after that, I'm done.
Yep, can't do anything.
It's like this is not a good character. I want to make that very clear.
You can do one specific thing.
And that's get a surprise round and murder.
Yep.
But yeah.
I love it.
Yep. So that's those chapters with like Lindon and Zeal.
Yep. Yeah, and when we leave them for this section or whatever, Zeal gives them like 6 jars or something,
like a bunch of potions.
Yep. Because like he didn't have a ton of stuff to like store the Dreamwell stuff in, and they like have to leave because the cracks are spreading like super fast. We didn't talk about any of that. Like they have to leave this area like now-ish.
Because the place is continuing to deteriorate, and because also it's like I give it about this long, and so I have that long to. To take advantage of this stuff.
And he's like, you probably want to get, if you want to get to the next section and do anything there, like, you should go, like...
Yeah, you should go ahead and go. Yeah. But also, let's get that fucking second core leveled up, baby.
Yeah, he's, time grows short, advance your second core to high gold.
Yep.
And he gives... Oh, yeah. Okay, so no, he doesn't give him the stuff yet. That's later.
Oh, it's later that he gives him the stuff?
Yeah, this section he just says, time grows short, advance your second core. So he's advancing his second core to high gold, and then they end up...
And then they go to the next place.
Yeah, but they're not leaving in this section, in the next section.
Oh, gotcha.
They leave in, chapter 14.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And that's when he gives them the stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah. I thought that was a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, we just have, like, the fight with, like, Long Hook.
Yeah.
I don't want to go super into it. It's a fun, like...
Yeah, because it's like we're just sort of getting... Because, like, we're in Long Hook's perspective, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing I do want to say about this section, really...
Yeah.
Is just that, like, we get some of the perspective on things.
Yes. Oh, yeah, of, like, what happened with the Bleeding Phoenix and all of the people there.
Yes, because I was always like, was this really the best way to save people? By, like, waking up the Bleeding Phoenix early?
Right.
But then we start to see, it's like, no, the Bleeding Phoenix was gonna wake up.
Soon, but just not yet.
And so they were caught off guard by it happening like, so early.
The Red Moon Hall was preparing for the Phoenix to rise. So if they were prepared when she rose, it would have been a lot more,
Yeah, it would have been a lot worse if they'd been fully prepared, but they already were preparing, and like, all right, I guess we're doing it
now.
And then it, like, stops. Yep. It's just like, fine, and goes back, and then they're like, what?
It falls apart in the middle, when they're in the middle of enemy territory. Because the Bleeding Phoenix just wants to, like, spread its parasites, all of that. So, like, fine, it's just falling apart. I've got plenty of seeds around. I don't care about Red Moon Hall.
No.
What's Red Moon Hall?
No, the Bleeding Phoenix doesn't give a shit about Red Moon Hall. They've just built their cult around the Bleeding Phoenix, but doesn't care about them.
Exactly. Like, and they even say, like, they're, like, following in the trail of a Dread God is, like, good for their, like, power and stuff like that. But, like, they're not controlling, they're not doing, like...
Yep, and so we get the sense, like, okay, this is why, like, this actually would have been a lot worse if it had happened later, and so having it happen sooner, a lot of bad shit happens, but it is less than, and it's like, alright, which one was it?
Makia.
Makia, alright, Makia, I guess it was better. You know, it's like, is this really waking up the Bleeding Phoenix? Is this really?
Is that the best way to get them out, or
but
what?
He knows because he can see the future and I can't.
Because he's both trying to get them out quickly, so like cause stuff to
to force their advancement.
to grow and everything, and, you know.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, it would be worse if they didn't. Yep. And so it's like, you know, we are trying to mitigate harm here.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. It is interesting because it's like, you know, it's like, what the fuck? And then it's like, he can see the future and I can't.
Yep. Yeah.
You know? So, like...
Yep. And they were relying on the future because they had some people who saw the future a bit. And then they were relying on that. And then Machiel just said no.
Yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, people have been seeing like, the Dread Gods aren't gonna like rise for like years.
Because in this section, Longhook's thinking like, how am I gonna get out of this? Because I know my future. I was told my future. He was like, by focusing on his destiny, his path did not end here. The Hall had dream readers, and they had singled him out years ago. Fate would reward him for his sacrifices, they told him. Even now, he did not doubt them. The sacred arts were all about sacrifices. The more you put in time or resources, the more you got out. And he had given up everything. His friends, his former sect, his children, even his name. He would continue walking this road he had paved for himself. And someday, the dream artists had promised him, he would become Red Moon Hall's second sage.
Yeah.
So he's like, I have a solid destiny. They saw the future. This is what's going to happen. How am I going to get out of this? This is wild. You know, that's his whole, like, perspective throughout this, is that, like...
He has to get out of this because, like, they have people who know the future.
Yeah.
It's like, but someone else knows the future but can change the future and can pick the future.
Yup.
And two of them, they are just doing it willy-nilly in a conversation with each other.
Yeah. Yep. And, like, checking it, like, and
checking
what
different possible timelines and seeing how they're, like, changing which timeline they're... It's
Oh, I love it.
It's so weird. But that's God-level shit, baby.
Yep.
The monarchs are like demigods.
Exactly.
Fucking... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so we get some of that like perspective from Longhook, which is really fun. And then he just gets his ass beat by Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan comes in, and we're not gonna go like step by step, whatever, but he like gathers this huge like light attack almost in like the sky, and then brings it down. It's this huge like attack, like final attack that just like puts him out or whatever. And he also, before he like builds that up, he like waits to get out of sight
from the rest of them.
From the rest of the Underlords that are watching and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's at last, I don't have an audience.
Now I can go all out.
Yeah, and he, like, shows, like, because that's when you see his, like, he's got, like, this big shield of, like, Madra and stuff that Longhook's like, he should not have the Madra for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's about...
Everyone's always like, he shouldn't have the Madra for this, but he does.
Yep.
He's been doing that fucking heaven and earth purification build since he was, like, a baby, probably, you know? Since he was a small child.
And then the rest of this chapter actually goes to Yeren and Mercy. I forgot.
Yeah, we go back to Yeren and Mercy getting fucked up, right?
Yep. Yeah, and we won't go too far into this either, because, like, they're fighting some dragons. They're like, Yeren's gotten impatient from hiding. She's like, okay, I'm done with this, and just starts, like, fighting the dragons and stuff. And they end up running into, I think they're kind of, and she's wanting to, like, work on her endless sword, like, ruler technique and stuff, because she doesn't want to rely on the blood shadow.
Right.
Yeah, and we get the bow, like, described, Mercy's.
Yeah.
Almost as tall as Mercy. This is Eclipse, ancient bow of the Soul Seeker. It was my mother's weapon from Low Gold to Archlord. Made it from the remnant of a shadow dragon who became a sage. With this bow, my mother sealed the living volcano of Shara Khan. She destroyed the Sunlight Rebellion and bound together the 13 islands into one. I know it's just a bow, but I call her Sue.
Which, Sue isn't even close to any of the shit that it was called.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Sue with two U's.
Sue.
Yeah.
Huh. That's funny.
But yeah, so we see that, and then Mercy asks about Yeren's sword, and she's like, did you get that sword from your master? Yeah, so what's its story? I don't know. The sage had never referred to his weapon by name. She didn't even know if it had one. He had made her use it to chop firewood by hand when he was trying to build up her muscles. He used it because he was too lazy to hunt down an axe. But yeah.
I think that, like, Su with two U's like that in Japanese, I think that, like, it's like tobacco o sutemasu, where it's like to smoke tobacco.
Okay.
But it's like, it means like inhale or suck or something like that.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily like intentional or anything, but just like
just trying to...
it just like sparked something in my brain, and I'm like, what word was this from Japanese class? Yeah, and I think surprising amount of talking about smoking in that class.
So we also have a bit of like learning a little bit about Mercy's path. How about your path? Aspects of shadow and force, if I'm not wrong. And she goes, oh, this is just a restriction technique. I can see that. I've got eyes. And she goes, I don't keep secrets. I'm bad for your heart, which I like. Yep, the Book of Eternal Night. I'm on the path of 7 pages, and the first page, the low gold page.
The first page of the 7 pages is low gold, which is funny.
Yep. It's a central technique from the Path of the Chainkeeper, Strings of Shadow. There are 7 techniques in the book, 1 for each page. The Path of 7 pages unites 7 techniques from 7 different shadow paths into one. And it's, Yaren's like, you stock that thing in your spirit? When I bonded with this book, they opened up my soul space early. It's one of the requirements of my path.
Right, yeah. Because soul space, that's one of the things that you sort of... that's like an Underlord thing. When you're on the way to Underlord, you learn how to like...
towards the end of True Gold, you're like opening your soul space and stuff like that, and then you're like able to use it
to like store
things at Underlord.
Yeah. And
well, actually, at True Gold,
you can do it too.
Yeah.
Because Jailong was doing it.
Yeah, it's just that you can't use Soulfire in the way that Underlords can until you get to Underlord.
Yep. But hers got opened up early. Her soul space gets opened up early by going on this path, which is fun.
Yep.
Soul space is one of the things that I most wish that I could have from this like power system. The ability to just like hold things in your inventory. Great.
That and void keys, great.
Yep, we were walking around a craft show the other day,
carrying all the bags,
carrying all the shit, and I'm like, man, wish we had a void key and could just like put all the stuff away, carry it around.
So then they start fighting the dragons.
Yep, and they end up running into
They run into Safarinatoth. Yep.
And it doesn't go well.
No, it goes real poorly. Like, basically, immediately, she, like, attacks. Like, the people around her are trying to be like, no, stop, you really shouldn't. And they're like, yeah, we probably look like a Red Moon Hall and a Kura. So, like, factions that she doesn't want to piss off. Like, there are other Monarch factions. You don't want to do this or whatever. And as far as, like, I don't care. I'm going to do it. And then does a big striker technique. And Yaren tries to block it with her, like, sword. And then Mercy says, second page.
Yes. and advances all of a sudden.
Advances to high gold.
And then still just gets burnt the fuck up.
And, like, a big, like, almost like gauntlet. Like, big purple... like armor appears on her arm, and she blocks part of the attack with her armor or whatever. But then it is the rest of her is completely burnt up, and Yaren's also all burnt up.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, this is bad.
Yep, and so then they run.
Run the fuck away.
While Safaris people are trying to like be like, hey, you really don't want to do this. They get the fuck out of there.
Yep, and this is where we ended, and we're going to do the episode.
Yes.
Too, at one point. And so we were just sitting there waiting, like, being like, so, what do you think happened with...
Yep.
with them?
Yep.
And I'm like, they're fine.
So I have some notes, actually, because I asked you like, what you thought after we got to this point, or whatever. Like, what did you think was going to happen in, like, the rest of the book, basically?
Yes.
And so your theories were... So I was like, what do you think's gonna happen, like, with Mercy and Yaren or whatever? And you were like, they're gonna get, like, an elixir from Mercy, and then,
Yep, that Mercy would have some sort of elixir or something that would heal them and they'd be fine.
Yep, yeah. And then that, like, full book-wise or whatever, that they were gonna meet up and all get out of, Ghostwater and off the island, by the end of the book or whatever. Yaren,
use the Endless Sword technique to save Lindon, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe pay that off next book.
Yeah, like, or maybe pay off her learning the Endless Sword stuff for next book.
And then for Lindon advances second court, maybe advance again and training. Trying to escape, maybe he'll have to fight Zeal or Harmony. Akura asshole.
Yes, because I could only remember Mercy or Harmony as the Akura asshole.
Yeah. Or Red Moon, Mercy, fight Zeal or Harmony or Red Moon. Mercy and or Yeren saves the day.
Yeah.
And then Orthos and Dross are there.
Dross becomes Lindon's drudge. Orthos is proud. I'ma eat fish. Yep, those were the notes. It was like, and what about Orthos and Dross? And I'm like, I don't know, they'll be there.
Yeah, they'll be there. Then Dross will become his drudge, and yeah.
And Orthos will be like, hell yeah, buddy, you did it, and then eat some fish.
Then maybe part of the wall.
And yes, then maybe part of the wall. And so those are my theories going into this next section.
Yeah. So you had some good ones.
I did have some good ones.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I guess we're gonna go on to the next section.
Yeah.
And so this will be the last section. I did the pause and restarted. It was so quick.
You restarted it so quickly. Normally, like, we stopped for a second, so I looked up and saw it was continuing to record, and I fully, like, jumped.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I mean, we're just going. We're just in it,
fine.
You know. Especially because, like, that last bit was talking about, like, my theories for this section.
Yes,
And, so now that we're in this section, all the way up until the end of the book and the bloopers and whatnot, you know, we get to talk about all the rest of it, the whole thing together. And I had some good ones in there. He does advance the next core, because I'm like, well, I said that they were going to, and so he does. And then he advanced again, like I said.
Yep, pure core after two more weeks.
Yep, 2 more weeks, and the pure core was advanced. And then later in the section, he will advance again.
Yep, yeah.
But we'll get to that in a little bit.
And this section is also, chapter 14, is where Dross eats dream seeds and grows a Madra system.
Yes.
But it's
I said that in the last section. I got all ahead of myself.
Yeah, it's these bits are very, like, they're all jumping back and forth, and it's kind of hard to, it's not a very good chapter by chapter type of
sort of experience. It's all very sort of like one thing after another.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have that same sort of, like, you know, like the way that he writes versus the way that someone like Sanderson writes for each chapter is like its own little kind of like story, and you leave off with like, ooh, what's gonna happen next, and it's
easier to leave off like in a chapter, just like, okay, that has like a satisfying ending. Like, there will be like cliffhangers and stuff like that, but there's like more places where it's just like,
it'll either be like a cliffhanger or like this was a satisfying end to this whole thing. While with this one, it's like it doesn't, you know, each chapter kind of like, I don't know, they don't end in that same kind of way.
They don't have the same. It's just not structured the same.
Yeah.
Like the pacing is so different.
Yes, the pacing is very much a different
and
thing.
I like both. I like the pacing of both of them. Like,
it's like they both are very interesting, and like Sanderson's big into world building, and the world building, and this is very like interesting and good, and a big part of what makes it what it is. And so it's interesting knowing that people will like recommend it being like, oh, you liked Sanderson. You know, because it's like I get it, but also it's not the same. I feel like it's too different in terms of like its structure and even like some of its like tone.
Right.
You know, it's like and the type of world building where it's like in Sanderson you get that like nitty gritty world building. In this it doesn't get quite so nitty gritty. Like we get into it a little bit. You know, there's going to be explanations for things, but some things are just kind of just the way it is. And that's always going to be the case on some level, but with like, you know, it's just a different like style. But everything's collapsing.
And so they decide like they're like they really need to head out.
It's like, all right, the fucking cracks in reality are getting worse, and we need to like move on.
After the dream seeds, like 6 dream seeds or so.
Right. So he's because it's not the spirit well that gives him like the Madra system.
Right.
It's the dream seeds. That do that. And so then you just have like a Cornwall Madra system. Yep. We should take a picture of your little dross.
Yeah, I made a little I do needle felting. So I've actually made 2. I have another dross up in the other room. But like once you started Cradle, I was so quiet and like never pointed those out like again. I'm just like, because they're similar to like the monsters that I already like made before I started Cradle. I like was already needle felting these little monsters with like big eyes and just like random. I would just add random bits to them, like I don't know, like a weird leg or a weird arm or weird, I don't know, just something.
Yep, just weird, almost little tentacle
or like multiple eyes all over the place or whatever. And
teeth and mouths.
And I have quite a few monsters with just one eye and then some sort of face or whatever. And then I read Cradle, and it was like got to where he like fully, because like in a little bit we get to where he fully gets his like form, where he's like the big eye with the mouth, and he's purple with the two little tentacles.
Yep.
And it was just so close to what I already made. I'm like, well, I'm making one of these. And so I made that. And then one day I was bored, I think at work. And I was like, well, I've got purple and I got an eyeball. So I'll make another Dross. So.
Yep, and I didn't know shit.
Nope, and then I was just like, yep, this is just another little monster creature that I've created.
And I think maybe when you made the first one, you might have said that it was Dross.
I did, way before you ever started, and I didn't know you were gonna read it. I told you. But then I, like, as soon as you were getting into the series, I'm like, nope, nothing.
Yep. And then they were like describing it, and then you showed me the little Dross, and I was like, right.
Yep.
It's like in my head, it was just like Wheatley, and now it's this little guy.
Yeah.
And now it's the fucking homunculus from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but purple instead of like black.
Got you. Yeah. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. The dwarf from the Flask.
Yeah.
The little homunculus. Yep.
Yeah. And then he goes, I'm having ideas now. We don't have to go to the portal at all, do we? We could harness fish and ride our way up. No, wait, we're in a pocket world. We could harness fish and ride our way through space.
Ride our way through space.
I can activate the tablets myself now. Don't be surprised if I return as a master of the sacred arts. And then he just ran off.
Woo! Yeah, it's fun seeing Dross get like more and more knowledge and information, and just how like excited Dross is all the time.
Yep. Yeah, and then Lindon asks Zeal, like, how long till he gets to True Gold, and Zeal said 2 weeks. And he's like, you can't stay here, you gotta go. Oh yeah, and so then he's like, and you want to leave, don't you? Well, I have this friend, No, stop. We don't know each other well enough for this.
Stop. We don't know each other well enough for this. Alright, fair enough.
Fair enough, we're good. Alright, my bad.
I just needed to know yes.
Yeah, and then he goes on a bit of a rant or whatever. Why did I highlight this whole thing? That's insane. I'm just like looking at my thing, and it's like all highlighted in a reason that there's no reason for it. That's a lot, and
highlighted.
There's not a reason for it. But yeah, it's like if you're going into a deeper habitat, you'll have plenty of time if you leave like now, and so it's like you gotta go. And Lindon filled every container he had with the water or whatever, and all the vials that he already used from the other place. And then Zeal gives him a bag with how many? 6 bottles. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
6 bottles should be enough to get you to True Gold and at least 1 core.
Yeah.
So it gives them just a complete advancement.
Yep. So here you go.
From High Gold to True Gold and 1 core. And he takes 1. Like 1 bottle, I think.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're going to the next one, and Zeal helps them get down, helps them fight the all the sea drakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then we go to Zeal's perspective for a second.
Yeah, we do, because Zeal like leaves.
Yep, he uses his gate key. Unlike a gate stone, a gate key could be used without breaking it. The key was many more times valuable than the stone. But once he'd been able to afford these things, and he was, upset about that.
Yep, it's like, I used to be somebody.
Yep, now he had to rely on his patron.
Warlock ass.
The Beast King sat on a log, tearing a hunk of meat between his teeth. And he's a lot of blood in that water. Do I have the Lord of the Dawnwing sect back with me once again? And he said, the Spirit Well didn't work. And Beast King was like, it's long bet, we can still try it in the form of an elixir. How much did you bring back? And he goes, 1. He asks about the Pocket World, and it's like, oh, it's got like 3 weeks. Shame, built by a North Strider, and it's gone so quickly. And then,
It's also getting fucked up by everyone punching holes in it by, like, using these, like, gate stones
right,
and
exactly.
stuff to get out.
Yep. Yeah, and he's, like, leaning against, like, the giant mammoth that, like, Yaren and Mercy have been, like, trying to go around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, yeah, the dogs are fighting over a bone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You got it last time. But you forget about the squirrel that you did not share with me. A squirrel's bone are tiny and snap easily. It is hardly the same. Just this little, like, argument between the dogs, which is fun. And then he tells Zeal, since you seem so willing to help others, I have something to occupy your time. I put a couple of golds on a task for me, and they seem to have gotten themselves stuck. How about you swing by and unstick them?
Yeah.
So
it's like, go save Yaren and Mercy over there, please.
Yeah, they're stuck underneath the gold dragons, just like hiding from the gold dragons, healing up and such.
Yep, go help them out, please.
Yeah, and he goes, where under the gold dragons, I'll send you close. Oh, and there might be an underlord in the mix. Then maybe I'll die.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I don't know, he almost reminds me of Shikamaru.
I was going to say that earlier, and then I forgot.
Yes.
Yes, he's so Shikamaru.
Like, what a drag.
Oh, yes, he's very much,
See, now I'm thinking about Fullmetal Alchemist and just, like, Sloth, who's always like, what a pain.
Yeah.
Sloth, the fastest of the homunculus.
Yes, I mean, don't want to do things.
Exactly. He's like, I'm the fastest because I don't want to do it, so I want to get it over with as quickly as possible. Which is...
So then I don't have to do anything.
Which is hilarious.
I love it. Yeah, so then we go back to Lindon or whatever, and they're in the area with the life well or whatever. So Refiner's Garden, there's like all of these plants, like magical fruits and stuff everywhere. And then the life well is there, and then a bunch of these containers that seem to have held like dread beasts. That like a bunch of them are like broken open, and there's like dread beasts throughout the facility and stuff, like seemingly. They like had broken out or whatever. And they go to the life well first, and they drink the life well, and like it's fine for Lindon. He's like, you know, this is like fine enough or whatever.
Yeah.
But it does great things for both Orthos and Dross.
Yes.
They both have some of the life well, and Orthos, he starts to like scream and like it's this whole thing. It's like, oh no, are we killing him? What just happened?
And it's like, no, we're giving him life. He starts healing up like crazy.
Yup.
And getting younger almost.
Yup. Oh yeah, we skipped past that and we'll come back to it. Yeah, the water of life can have more of an impact on older subjects. Usually it's very healthy for them. Very healthy. Only in a small percentage of cases do they lapse into a coma and die.
Only in a small percentage.
Yeah, but he like heals up. His shell heals up. Like he gains like a ton of like just a ton of life back. He's almost a different being, I suppose. But yeah, I do want to talk about Yan Shomei shows up.
Yeah.
And
Yan Shomei shows up like, haha, I've gotten the thing that I wanted, and then it leaves, and they're like, oh, well, I guess we don't have to deal with that then.
Yep. You have followed me, you have even followed me to another world? Tell Anagi that he was too late. I have everything I need. She gave a wild laugh, withdrawing a stoppered bottle and waving it at them. You were days too slow. I have all the blood I need. I look forward to seeing your bodies buried beneath Hearthway. Still laughing, she crushed the gauge stone in her hand and vanished.
Yep, and it's like, oh.
Okay, does anyone know what that means?
Does anyone know what that means? Nope. Alright.
She must have got the wrong person. I love that so much. It's just like, what's going on?
She's just having her own little story.
Exactly.
Which is so funny. Each one of them's on their own little quest for something specific, and she found the thing that she wanted, and then it's just gloating to whoever's there. Because
she thinks that it's someone who, like, followed her, someone that, like, she's mistaking them for someone.
Yep, but it's like, who and why and how and...
Presumably a Nagi?
I'm like, is this gonna come back later? Are we gonna find someone's like, oh, this person looks suspiciously like Lindon, and it's that person.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, it's just like, don't know what that's about anyway. Yeah.
But then,
moving on.
When she get keys out of there, it makes more cracks, and they're like, wow, that's
like,
great.
Oh, well,
like,
fucking...
now it's even less time.
Yep.
And they go back to the life well, so Orthos... Yeah, so he like runs off, galloped away, leaping and kicking off a wall, and then backflipping and landing with surprising grace.
Yes.
He goes to hunt dread beasts.
Yep, doing turtle flips.
Yep. And then Dross gets a bunch of it from Lindon. Yeah, so then Lindon asks Dross if this place existed while the Black Flame family was in charge of the Empire, why didn't they use it? Oh, they did. They used to buy as much well water as North Strider would allow them. It was one of the ways this facility maintained itself.
Gotcha, yeah. They were, like, selling this stuff out to the Empire.
Yep.
But that was back then, and it's all dried up now, and so now people are getting sent in to go do this shit.
Yeah, and then Dross is, like, a little sad that the facility's, like,
dying,
because, like, this is the only place he's ever known.
Yep.
It's, Lindon's, it will all go to waste when the world collapse. Yeah, yes, it will. You know, I spent a long time in the Dreamwell, and now I won't ever get to go back again. What do you call this feeling? Sadness. And it feels a lot like grief. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Dross, experiencing things for the first time.
Yeah, and then here's some better news. I only needed a taste of this well. I'm coming alive by the second. How does that make me feel? Excited. Yeah, and then then they hear, like, something from the trapdoor going, like, down to where they know the portal is.
Yeah.
And then Harmony comes up.
Harmony, he sucks.
He does.
He sucks so much.
Yep. And then, like, as Harmony's coming up, we see Dross for the first time. I have an eye. This time, Dross's evolution was even more pronounced. He was covered in what looked like purple skin, with one huge eye in the center of his body. He was speaking with an actual mouth now, which Lindon could see was lined with tiny teeth. He looked like a very advanced remnant, or a cross between a spirit and a sacred beast. And I have arms. Well, I have little pseudopod tentacle things, but I'll take them. And Lindon sends him to go get Orthos for, like, help or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Harmony comes up, and not paying attention to Lindon, is looking for, because I think he knows there's an Eye of the Deep up here or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's, like, looking for that, finds it, realizes there's nothing in it, and then, like, activates something that pulls Dross into the construct.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, fighting Lindon. Like, Lindon's trying very hard to, like, fight him and stuff, and Harmony's just kind of stepping aside, not paying attention, just doing the dumb little shadow thing that killed Renfei or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like
perfectly, like, cuts his pocket off of his thing to get the fucking Eye of the Deep or whatever.
Yep. And then he just goes back to the trapdoor and hops down there, and it locks behind him.
Yep.
And he has both of the Eye of the Deep with him, so Lindon can't get in.
Yep. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Yep. Just like all of a sudden.
And I was very like, what?
Yep.
This all happened so fast.
Yep.
They can't fight this guy.
Yeah, so then Orthos comes back or whatever, and Lindon's arm gets all, like, fucked up again.
Yeah.
But he heals, so he's alright.
But, you know, Lindon's got regen, so.
Yep. And Orthos comes back, where's the enemy? And so then they have a bit of a, like, argument, like, okay, what are we gonna do? Lindon's like, without Dross we can't leave, and Orthos like, well, would you leave right now if you could?
Right.
Or whatever. It's like, is that really why you want to get, like, Dross back? Is like, what's your deal or whatever? And so then Orthos goes, okay, cycle your, like, pure core or whatever. Yeah. Which Lindon's like, what? You never tell me to do that or whatever. And just like, wait. And he comes back with the gate key and is like, we can leave now if we want.
Yeah.
And Lindon's like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to leave. I want to get Dross back. Like, I feel bad, like, leaving, like, a friend down there. Like, he's, you know.
Yeah.
All of that. And it's like, I want to, like, get him back or whatever. And then Orthos is like, I don't know if we can fight Harmony. Like, actually, I don't know about this or whatever. And Lindon's trying to be like, okay, well, they're like, so how are we going to do this? If we're going to get Dross, can you win? Yeah. Or whatever, do we have anything here that can make you win? Or whatever.
Right.
It's like, we've got some spirit fruits that'll take too long. We've got, like, more of the water or whatever, it'll still take too long.
Yeah, trying to, like, get himself to advance.
Right. And, like, I can, like, patch it up with my arm, my hunger arm or whatever, with hunger mantra from the dread beasts around here.
Right.
Or whatever. And it's like, okay, but then you'll still be at the same place you were when you just fought him 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay. Then Orthos is like, well, I can give you, like, true gold, basically, in Black Flame.
Yep, because Orthos has been true gold this whole time. Yep. But, you know, Lindon hasn't had, like, hasn't been able to fully accept all of his power.
Yep.
Because, you know, he wasn't, like, advanced enough to accept it. He was just, like, getting some of the power, siphoning off some to sort of, like, help keep Orthos at a good level. But now he can, like, fully take advantage of their pact and, like, fully take on all of his true gold power and advance himself.
Yep. And, like, Lindon immediately wants to, like, break his way back down there or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he has an idea of how to, like, break it open. And convince me that we can defeat the Akura without him escaping to his family, then we'll allow it. It doesn't have to. I have the power of a true gold. I had to share it with you in small doses before. And he's like, oh, I wanted you to reach true gold on your own or whatever. And he's like, well, there's not time, so you gotta do it anyway. And he's like, and he's also a bit scared. And nothing good comes from opposing the Akura family. Dross has traveled with us for 4 weeks now. Would a dragon abandon an ally in time of need? And so then he advances.
Yep.
Again. To true gold.
Yep, which I had predicted.
Yep.
I was like, I think he might advance again, but that seems like a lot. But he did it.
Yeah, and then he has the stuff to advance in his pure core too.
Yep.
It's like so he's true gold in Black Flame, and then high gold in his
pure core.
Pure core. But he has the stuff
to advance.
Yep.
To true gold, but over the course of some time.
Yeah. And then we go back to Harmony. We get to Harmony's perspective. And we get a bit of, like, he's got 2 eyes of the deep, which, like, no one has that or whatever. And Dross is, like, talking to him, but he's ignoring him the whole time.
Yes.
And it's of the other factions who had joined them to periodically plunder Ghostwater, only the Nine Cloud Court had the knowledge they did, but the Nine Cloud Delegate hadn't made it inside this time. So Harmony would be
so get fucked.
Right, exactly. So Harmony would be the final recipient of Ghostwater's treasure.
Yep.
And then we see this giant tree that has these little cages on it with eyes of the deep in them.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a bunch of empty ones, but there's a bunch of full ones.
Yep, and we come to find out what the deal is.
Yeah.
They're eyes of the deep, so what do? They go see things.
Yep.
They go out into the world, they see the world, and then they get brought back to this tree, and then you get to ask the tree a question.
Yep, and he also, in order to ask it a question or whatever, give it a thorough tour of the state of Ghostwater.
Yes.
Like, give it, like, all the information.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. For the previous month, he had carried the eye around with him. He had cycled and trained, letting it absorb information about the and it would add its knowledge to the collective in the Yep, so he gets to ask now 2 questions and gets 2 drops of Ghostwater, which is, like,
fucking unprecedented.
Yeah. And so first he asks, what's the fastest path I may use to reach Underlord?
And then he just knows.
Yep. The shock of the sudden knowledge left him panicking and disoriented, as though he had woken up from a dream and not recognized the room around him. And then, he does the other one. The Ghostwater. The droplet of Ghostwater traveled through his mantra channels to his head, where it fused with his channels and nested at the base of his skull. It shone there like a distant star, a tiny pinprick compared to the full moon of his core. He tapped it, and it was as though his mind was refreshed. So he's able to use his techniques with, like, almost no concentration now. Stuff that was, like, really difficult for him to do is, like, way easier. Yep. And it only lasts a few seconds.
Yep, and whenever I first see that, it's like, he just got this, like, little power up.
Yep.
And we were just like, we got to go fight him, and he was already too much for us, and now he has this thing, so, like, what are we going to do?
And then he has the double power up, because he gets 2 drops of Ghostwater.
Because he got 2 drops of Ghostwater. Yeah, but it's like, whenever you use it for a brief moment, he's just, like, aware of everything.
Yep.
And can just, like, perfectly concentrate on, like, doing his shit.
Yep. And then Dross is talking to him like, wait, I want to go with Lindon. What are you doing?
Yeah, and also it's like the tree takes his Eye of the Deep, but it's like, this is weird.
Yep, yeah.
But it's like, okay though. I guess I'll take it. It still counts. And he's like, woo. He gets his second drop. Because it just, like, drips out, like, 1 drop at a time of Ghostwater.
Yep. And, like, Dross tries to, like, leave, too. He, like...
Yes.
Where is it? Yeah, and he also feels, Lindon advancing to true gold. He like feels a bunch of black flame above him, and he's like, "What?
What?"
And Dross, did you feel that? Is that Lindon? I'll tell you what. Let's wait for him. I'm sure we could talk this.
and doesn't he start to like feel himself becoming like part of the big like Tree of Knowledge network thing?
Yes, we get a little bit of what Dross thought of that when we're in his point of view in a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he tries to like leave, and then the script like forces him back in or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Lindon, and he's going down to.
See, the thing is though, it's like oh my god, how are we gonna fight him? But my thought was, as soon as it was like this thing like drops a single drop of Ghostwater.
Yes, yeah, I remember
for
this.
him. I was like, Lindon's about to break into that thing.
Yeah.
Get the container full of Ghostwater and just chug it.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
Yeah. I
mean, you know?
He does get extra Ghostwater.
He does get extra Ghostwater in a sense.
Dross gets extra
yes.
Ghostwater, but Lindon gets Dross, so...
Yep, so in the end, it's, 6 1, half dozen of the other.
And so then this time, Lindon's like, you really gotta stay to Little Blue. You really gotta stay in the Void Key.
Yeah, it's not gonna be safe.
Like, you really gotta stay in here. And so then they go to fight Harmony, and then they come face to face with, after they jump down, Northstrider. And they're like, what? Lindon starts to bow and like, or whatever. But it's a like
hologram of Northstrider. Who's like explaining what the deal with this place is.
Yep.
Being like, take an eye of the deep and go to the thing and get a little bit of Ghostwater.
Yep. I poured years of effort into this world and its research projects. None of them delivered what I wanted. A mind, subordinate to my own, that could manage a small portion of my powers. The messengers of the heavens use such constructs, so perhaps they can only be created beyond this one small world. But I still left behind the greatest mind a man could create.
Yep, and then and it's there that we start to get like, oh, he was trying to create...
A presence.
Yep. One of the things that, like, Suriel has and Makia on them. It's like, okay, so that's what he was, like, going for. And even when that was, like... I still didn't jump to, like, oh, so that's what Dross is going to end up being. It's like, Dross is going to end up being his drudge. And it's like, no, Dross is going to be more than a drudge.
Yeah, I was loving that. I'm like, yeah, we'll go with it. Dross is going to be his drudge. I'm fine with this.
With this line of reasoning.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep, it's like a super drudge, in a sense, I guess.
Yep. Using his own, like, senses or whatever.
Yep.
Yep, so then... I dismissed the researchers with scattered keys all over the world, and then the Eyes of the Deep to come back to give the information. I will allow a few beggars into this world to fight over the other scraps, but you who bring an Eye of the Deep, you will receive the true prize, a drop of Ghostwater. If you have tasted of the other wells, you should know that they were only prototypes, byproducts of our attempts to create this one power. It no longer benefits me, but what is trash to a monarch may still be a treasure to all others.
Yep, so presumably... Ghostwriter would have, like, fucking chugged a bunch of this stuff and be, like, super fucking brained out, but doesn't have a presence.
Yeah. Did you say Ghostwriter?
Possibly. I possibly said Ghostwriter instead of Northstrider and Ghostwater.
In Ghostwater, yeah. It's fine. It's just...
Yep. Ghoststrider.
What were you saying?
That he probably chugged a bunch of the Ghostwater.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And is super brained out, but
doesn't
have a presence.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. I think we're gonna do, like, the next section or whatever. We'll do 16 through...
Oh, like 16, 17, 18 is, like, its own section?
Yeah, I think so.
Okie dokie. Okay, so here's the final section, actually. For real this time. And it's just the last 3 chapters.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking we were splitting that up, but...
Yeah, we had talked about splitting it up.
Yeah.
And we hadn't really, like, decided one way or the other.
Yeah.
And so I thought that we were doing it all, like, as one big section and whatnot.
But same thing, basically.
Yeah. And so these last 3 chapters are basically fighting Harmony and wrapping everything up, as well as Mercy and... Yeren fighting the dragons.
Yep, so they heal up a bit or whatever, and they've been hiding out, like, in the tent and stuff, and used basically the entirety of Mercy's storage.
Yes, her stash of healing potions.
Of healing stuff, And,
potion of greater healing, potion of lesser restoration, potion of greater restoration.
Yep. And they've used all, but, like, they're on their last one or whatever, and, Yaren's like, Mercy, you gotta use this, and she's like, I'm fine, or whatever, and her hair is basically gone.
She's got it real short now, because it got all burnt.
Yep. Her hair is starting to grow in, and Yaren's cutting it for her and stuff. Sorry, I was trying to... Yeah, so, because Mercy does not want to use things on herself or whatever. She always wants to help other people, first or whatever. It's just like, Yaren's like, use it. Don't make me break it over you. She'd almost had to do that already. After Mercy had first woken incoherent from her wounds, she had refused to take anything until Yaren did first. Yaren had forced a healing pill down her throat.
Yep.
Yeah, and, like, Yaren's nervous about, like, Mercy, whatever's like, what happened to your spirit? You were high gold, and now you're low gold again.
Yep, it's like you, like, advanced, but only temporarily somehow.
Right, like, what just happened? Like, she thought something happened to, like, her spirit, like, it got, like... damaged or something. And, like, she didn't mention it for, like, a few days because she thought it was, like, sensitive or whatever, And so Mercy explained that it had to do with her path. She could push to open a page beyond her reach, and that book inside her would lend her the power to use it for a time, and then she has to advance as well.
Yeah, and it's like, how much can you push? How many pages past can you push?
So this is what she said. Yaren had immediately asked if she could push to Underlord.
Yeah.
Not that far, Mercy had told her, but she could hit true gold for a minute or two.
Yeah. And she's low gold right now?
Yeah, she's low gold currently. Yeah. And so then Yaren's been trying to...
That could explain why she was able to beat what's-his-name, despite being low gold.
Right.
She was able to just, like, boop, boop, boop.
Yep, to bump it up.
Just smack him down.
Harmony.
And then
yep.
Pew, pew, pew.
Just, like, high skill, low power or whatever for Mercy, and she has to use that.
Yep, to just, like, bump up and yeah. And then come back down. Very descriptive. Yeah.
Yeah. True. Love it. I mean, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also looking at you, but... But yeah, so then she's thinking about, Yaren's thinking about, like, the Endless Sword and, like, working on that or whatever. And Mercy's like, well, we can work on it, like, together or whatever. And Mercy's like, well, I'll help you, whatever. Like, when we reached a bottleneck in our progress, this is from Mercy. When we reached a bottleneck in our progress, we were taught to find someone to guide us through. My master told me something like that. He had said, you'd be amazed how much faster you run when there's a hungry wolf behind you. His way of saying that danger could bring out new depths of strength. Also his approach to training foot speed.
Yep.
And yeah, so then they decide to go out and train Yaren's Endless Sword, like, in battle or whatever. Because it's, like, the best way for, like, swords...
Yep, it's always you just gotta go out there and do it. You gotta go out there and fight your way through it.
Yep, and so she's doing Zoro and Alabasta, where she's trying to figure out the whispering.
Yep, it always starts becoming about technique rather than strength at a certain point.
Because it's part about, like, it just reminds me of, because, like, in Alabasta, Zoro has the whole thing of, like, hearing the, like,
the rhythm of things, or
right,
whatever.
and, like, it's it's a lot the same with, like, Yaren here, where it's, like, ringing the bell, like the resonance of, like, it just really reminds me of that similar.
Yeah, it's about being precise with your strikes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
and there is that also, like, audio aspect to both of them that, like, sticks out to me.
Yeah. It's about, like, hearing it.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So this invisible thing that you have to,
this, like, stillness, this, like, almost state that you have to get into to, like...
Yeah.
And so Mercy's like, well, you want to put yourself in danger? Fine. It's, like, easier if I, like, help. So, like, I'll be, like, your backup. And so, like, let's go do that. And so they just start fighting the gold dragons, like, around or whatever. They just start going. I'm not going to go through all of this, like, fights, like, step by step in this, but it's some fun fighting or whatever, getting better at, like, like, oh, there's only 3 lines this time. Oh, like, 1 line, like, trying to get this, like, right of just, like, one.
Yeah, it's, like, perfect line from the Endless Sword.
Yeah. And the dragons are not happy about being used as training material.
Not
happy. And then I think they end up killing one of them, Daryanatoth or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they end up being baited towards Sephara again or whatever, and so they're like, because like they think like, oh, we're like breaking through, like whatever, we're just gonna go this way, whatever. But they got completely surrounded and fully baited into confronting Sephara again.
Yep.
And her people again show up and are like, please don't.
Yep.
Like, you really can't do this. And then Zeal walks out and is like, I'm a witness for the Beast King or whatever. We're like, you don't want to, you don't want to do this or whatever. And like points to the mammoth off in the distance.
Yep.
And Sephara still tries to do it.
And Zeal's like, nope.
Yep. I think Yaren does some
stuff too.
Yeah, she also hits her like sword ring like a bell or whatever. Oh no, wait, that's because she uses her blood shadow. The Beast King's witness. I witness a lady attacking 2 golds. Fall back, or he has cause to intervene. Who are you, Underlady? Believe me when I say I'm no one at all. And, no, I will not bow to you, nor even your master. And so then she like attacked towards Yaren or whatever. And her blood shadow both use a striker technique to like block it or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's still and so then she like blocked it or whatever. It wasn't like a full like full attack, but it was like, you know, she blocked an attack from an Underlord, which is, you know,
right, which is like a big deal.
Yeah. So then she blocked that with like her and her blood shadow. And then Zeal's, remember you said that, Svaranatoth, and then the mammoth is like angry or whatever. And so then they like, my friend was listening. He is not happy.
Yep.
And they like force her onto a cloud and they leave.
Yep.
And Zeal's like, come with me or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you good or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And Mercy's just like, hi, I'm Mercy.
Yep. And so then we've got the fight with Harmony. Great fight.
Yes.
Another one we're not really going to go too much into because it's better to read it. It's just,
right.
It's a great fight. We'll talk about some of it, obviously, but...
Yes, because it's like we're fighting with Harmony.
Yep.
And it's like, again, what's the Black Flame good at? Applying pressure, keeping him on the back foot. We gotta just like keep...
So it's him and Orthos, so it's basically 2 true golds.
Yep, both applying pressure on this... he's a true gold, right?
Yes, he is a true gold, like peak true gold, right on the verge of becoming an Underlord, because he was just that was the question he asked, and like
it's like, yes, because like, how do I get to be Underlord? Because it's like, in order to be Underlord, you need a certain insight. So he just like gets it from the thing, and he's like, oh, I know what I need to like do now. So he's not Underlord yet, but he's like so close. But he has the Ghostwater now, which is like really.
Yeah, but he used one hit of it to like test it out, so he has one hit.
So he has like one hit left, sort of like in the bank.
Yep.
And he's fighting 2 other true golds, but one of them just advanced.
Yep.
And the other one is Orthos, who's like back in fighting shape now.
Yep.
So they're
and like an older true gold.
Yep. And so it's like they're putting pressure on him, trying to sort of like keep him on the back foot. And meanwhile, Dross...
And they're doing all right, but they're like they're not winning.
Right. Exactly. And then Dross is like, it's time to do some alchemy.
Exactly.
Over in the corner. Turns out...
because like Lindon goes and rescues him while Orthos is fighting at one point or whatever. He like gets him out, and then like then he's like, okay, what does he tell Dross to do? I dreamed I was 1,000 birds. Can you activate the portal?
Once I dreamed I was a butterfly. When I woke, I did not know if I had dreamt that I was a butterfly. If I was a butterfly, I dreamt that I was a human. It's a Taoist thing.
Gotcha. So he gives him some, or he gets out some Ghostwater or whatever, and so then he, like, that's when, he has that idea to, like, do that. Because he's, like, making a whole bunch of it.
Yeah. It's like if you mix all of the other ones together.
And then Lindon just assumes, like, okay, you're mixing, like, a whole bunch of it, and then I'll just, like, drink a whole bunch, I guess, or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, okay, you do that, and I'll go back and fight with Orthos and stuff. And then we go into Dross's point of view, where he's struggling to try and move the the jars and stuff to mix them together.
Like, he can barely, like, lift them and move them, and Lil Blue's there.
Just, like, watching.
And it's like, you know, just, like, I just want some, like, you know, encouragement, a little bit of...
moral support. And Little Blue raised her arms in the air and gave a cheer that sounded like wind chimes. See, that's all I'm asking.
Which is so cute. That's so cute. And he's just, like, struggling.
Yep, and then he like, starts losing enough essence to where he, like, can't hold himself together and he can't move, like, the last one or whatever.
And Little Blue just moves it with no effort.
No effort.
Easiest thing in the world.
Holds it, like, above her head and just runs to go and dump it out.
It's like, you could have done this the whole time.
Exactly.
So you didn't ask me to. You asked for moral support.
So then I gave you moral support. Now it looks like you need this specific
you need physical
thing.
Support.
So I will give it to you.
Yep. And so he makes, like, a whole, like, basin of Ghostwater. And then he needs...
Yep, and then he, like, activates the soul fire, which makes it into Ghostwater.
Where does he get the soul fire from?
He activates, like, the, like, where the question was asked, and, like, the vial, like, the drop comes down into the basin or whatever. I think it's under, like, the basin.
There's, like, soul fire under it?
Probably...
Yeah, it's just like, you just need to apply soulfire to it to then turn it into Ghostwater, right? To, like, turn all the stuff mixed together.
Just stretched one of his arms beneath the basin, activating a hidden circle with a bare spark of Madra. Northstrider left some of his very own soulfire stored at the base. It's the last ingredient.
Yeah.
And the silver fire, flared up from the center of the basin,
Right, so it's like, he pours all the different stuff from the different wells into the one well, and then by applying soulfire to it, it becomes Ghostwater, and so that's how he makes the big thing of Ghostwater. And it's like, great, we can drink this Ghostwater, but instead Dross is like, no, I'm gonna drink this Ghostwater.
I kind of want to read my notes for chapter 17, because I have very, like, some of my notes are, like, detailed on some of the chapters, and some of them are very sparse. This one is, fight. Dross mixes stuff, more fighting. Lindon combines with Dross. Info requested. Finish fight, then leave before space kills you.
Yep. and that's how it goes.
Yep.
So Dross, like, because it's like Dross goes back into Lindon.
Yeah, he, like, runs back to Lindon. Is like, we gotta go, whatever. And Lindon's like, okay, you can open the portal. We gotta get out of here. Starts running towards the portal, and Dross is like, no, other way, and, like, leads Lindon towards the basin. And
so then Lindon drinks all this Ghostwater, but cycles it into Dross.
Yep. Yeah, he's like
he was doing with the other stuff.
Because, like, Dross, like, asks him or whatever.
Yes.
It's that's called Ghostwater. Will this help us beat Harmony? Will it help you fight Harmony? I can guarantee that much. Northstrider's grand work failed because this collective mind he created had no initiative or creativity, you see. It only did what it was told. Not to brag, but but as it turns out, all they had to do was let a memory construct soak in the dream well for 50 years. You could take this yourself if you wanted. Your mind would be enhanced far beyond Harmony's. So annoying.
You're good.
But if you give it to me, we'll have finished Northstrider's project. And Lindon, like, thinks through, like, okay, what do I need? As tempting as it would be to see what the ultimate product of Ghostwater could do for his advancement, Orthos could only last so long. A monarch artifact would go a long way here. Yeah. And so he's like, well, I guess I'll finish...
Northstrider's project and see what comes of that.
So he cycles it all to Dross, and then Dross, like, basically moves. There was a brief, sharp pain in his spirit, like a pinprick on the back, on his neck that cut straight to the soul, and then Dross was part of him, sealed into his Madra channels like he'd been nailed there. One battle plan coming up. Information requested. Combat solution against Occur Harmony. Beginning report.
Yep. And as soon as that happened, I was like, ah!
It's so good.
It was so hype.
Yeah,
very... It was just like, oh my god, it's happening. Because it's like, I hadn't put it together somehow. Or I think I was, like, putting it together right as this happened, but then, like, as soon as it, like, you know.
Yep, it's one of those things.
Because it's like, I was trying to do this thing, and it's like, he was trying to make a presence and whatnot. But then, like, once we're, like, in the fight and everything's happening.
Yep, there's too much to think about to, like...
Yep, and it's like, oh, right, yes, that's what the thing was going to be. Yep. And so then it happens, like, information requested, and I'm like, holy shit, Lindon's got this now.
Yep.
And it's a lot of fun hearing Dross's information requested bit. And, like... So you do this thing, and then you die. Wait, no,
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Dodge instead.
Dodge instead. Do this, and this.
Yeah, and then he's dead. And then Lindon carries it out perfectly, but then moves him out of the way of being killed by Orthos.
Yep, so you do this, and this, and then he'll land, and then Orthos will do his big attack, and then he'll get killed by it. Boom. One dead Akura.
Yep.
It's like one dead enemy. Quick and easy.
Yep.
But then he saves them there at the end.
Yep, he really tries to. He tries so hard to save Harmony.
He does. He does try so hard to save Harmony.
Yeah.
But Harmony's a bitch. He's an asshole. He's a car asshole through and through.
I love that. And that's one dead enemy. It's simple, it's clean, and there's only minimal chance for failure and horrific death. Now go out and do it. Report complete.
Yep.
Yep. And then, like, reality comes back, and he's basically back in time almost.
Yep. And then he just does it.
Yep.
He just knows exactly what he needs to do, and he does it.
Yep, it's great. I love, like, all the writing and stuff is, like, great in this. I could just repeat, like, a whole bits of this, but I'm not going to.
Yes. So, yeah, we're already, like, 2 hours and 44 minutes currently.
God. Yep. Yeah, so then they end up, like, starting to leave. They, he, like, beats Harmony or whatever, and then, his core is, like, basically empty. For like Harmony.
Yeah. Harmony's all like tapped out.
Yep. So like he's gonna leave and just like leave him there and be like he can make his own way out. Or first he offers to like take him out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving. As a gesture of goodwill to the Akura family, I'd be happy to take you with us.
Yeah.
And then Orthos is like, oh no, like I don't think that's a good idea or whatever. Yeah, and Harmony is like, the pride of the Akura does not bend. The next time we meet, I will be a lord, and I will raise your home and burn your family, root and branch, until your name is used as a curse. He, like, sees him reaching for, like, a gate key or whatever to, like, break it. He, like, uses the soul cloak and comes and, like, knocks it out of his hand or whatever. And he's like, that seems a little extreme. And, like, takes the gate stone, and, like, breaks it. And like causing more cracks, and it like is decaying faster.
Yep.
Harmony like attacks or whatever. He's refused our offer of a way home, so we'll leave him to make his own way back. And then they like walk out, and Orthos turns around and just destroys the portal. He's like, he said he's gonna like murder your family.
Yep.
There's kind of nothing for it. You offered to take him out of here. Like, yeah.
You offered to help. He refused and said that he was going to, like, kill you and your family and everything. Like, fuck this guy. Like, don't let him go.
Yep. And, like, Lindon is not too upset, but is also just like, Yeah. Like, he asked for that. I can't argue with that. Now, Dross, where are we? Dross like, I've never seen the sun before. Yep. I don't know.
Yep. Yep, but they're finally out.
Yep. Yeah, they're finally out
of there.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, and so then we go to Fisher Gesha, and she's meeting the Emperor, and it's a very fun scene of her getting rewarded for helping with getting rid of the emissaries with her cannon.
With her big old cannon.
Yep.
And it's funny because like, it's a whole fancy like ceremony, and it's all like official, and they give her like all these treasures.
Yeah, and she's like, oh no, like let me give them to my family. Like I'd rather like they advance them. And they're like, no, you like this is for you. You'd do better as a true gold or whatever. And then he's like, here, this is for your family, and brings out more
all this like other stuff, and it's like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she walks out, everyone's like, oh, okay, well, enough of that.
Yeah. Everyone just immediately like loses their like almost customer service like presentation
like,
or whatever.
Official, like yes, this is the official putting up with appearance.
They just all deflate and are
like, all right, now that's over with.
Yeah.
Which is just like so funny.
It's great. It's a very good scene.
Yeah.
And then Ethan talks to Naruhuan and gets a spot in the Skysworn, so he can finally be with his apprentices again.
Yep. Yay! Ethan's gonna be back.
Yeah. And so then we'll go with Lindon, and he is climbing up the side of this cliff or whatever, and then starts to fall because he's carrying Orthos.
Yeah,
like, with him.
Yeah, up the side of a cliff.
Up the side of a cliff. Insanity. And then sees this shadow Madra coming out, freaks out, drops, like, let's go, and then Mercy catches him in a net and brings him up, and he gets to see Yaren again, and she comes up and gives him a big hug, and it's really sweet.
Yeah, because he'd been like, it's weird not having her around. It's like when I wake up and my arm's not there. Yeah. Yeah, which I think we probably said that in a previous bit of this episode, but... Yeah,
and now they're, like, on the same playing field and such, and so it's,
Yep, because, like, she's still high gold at this point, right? Not true gold?
I think so.
So, like, he might be, like, above her?
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, in one of his cores.
Yeah. And it's like, and she's like, "Are you sure that I can't go back in there and like get some of that stuff?"
There's no way. 1, portal's broken. 2, like, the world is crumbling.
Mm-hmm. And 3, it's bad in there.
Yep.
It's bad in there.
Yep.
There's a cur in there. It's everything's bad in there.
Yep. And then Dross appears, and they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And so they're introduced to Dross.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go to Saphara, and she is grieving for her sister, and it's very sad. And she speaks to Shethkanaz.
So Shethkanaz, who's 1,000-year-old Shota dragon boy, and is very displeased.
Yeah.
He's like, "I wasted my words on her."
Yeah, which is really sad.
Yes.
And it's like, he goes, "They took nothing from us. You gave it all to them. Your sister cornered a mouse, and she was nibbled to death. She was ashamed to my blood. I wasted my words on her."
Yeah.
You set Daranatoth and Naganatoth? Yeah. To hunt, and they too were killed by their prey. If their remnants had not been destroyed already, you should have done it yourself. They do not deserve to be used in death. They were useless in life.
Yeah.
And she's like, Divine King, whose Wyndham? Divine King, whose wisdom spans the ages. Please have mercy on me. They were my family. Because like the whole time she's trying not to look at him or whatever, and he like makes her like look at him or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like, unlimited power hidden in a frail package. Perfect beauty, as Saphara had always thought.
Yep. What a perfectly beautiful little boy.
Yeah.
So silly.
Yep. And, truth is, they were stronger, you were weak, and thanks to your weakness, this trip to Northstrider's laboratory has gained us nothing and cost us much. I will accept my punishment with glad heart. What do we gain from your punishment? We face the facts. Aside from the Tidewalker sect and the 9 Cloud Court delegation, we achieved least of everyone in Ghostwater. And the court cares nothing for any of this. Red Moon Hall retrieved what they came for, and the Kura family went to great lengths to hide their child's fate from me. He must have succeeded.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah. Of course they're hiding it.
Yep.
Their new, you know...
They're monarchs. They've got the power. They must be like hiding it. Surely they wouldn't have, failed.
He couldn't have. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And he's basically like, you're I looked weak. The difference between perceived strength and actual strength is smaller than you would believe. Hear me, Saphara Natoth. You have begun a hunt. There can only be one outcome: success, overwhelming success. You must bring me glory that overshadows my shame. And she asks, like, how? And he said, soon there will be a competition.
Yes. And I think I maybe know a smidge about this competition.
Yeah. Because when I was reading this, I was talking about it a lot.
Yep.
For the first time.
Yeah. But all I really know is that Ethan fucking explodes himself.
Yeah.
He makes a big song and dance of it and then explodes himself.
Yeah.
Or at least I think that's this. It might be a different thing, but, like, that's... I always remember that's the only thing that, like, I remember.
It's a very fun scene.
Yep.
Because I showed it to you, because it's a very fun...
You did. You played it for me, and it was really funny.
Yeah.
And it was one of the things that kind of got me, like, interested in it,
Yeah. Yeah, so then we move to Northstrider, and he is...
We get Northstrider's perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just eating monsters in the ocean.
Yep. Is he in the ocean?
No, he's not in the ocean.
He's like, on a mountain?
He's on a mountain, yep. Yep, it's blood flowing in swiftly freezing rivers. Blood aura boiled up, covering the horizon like a cloud bank, riding from the miles of sapphire scales.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's just like, oh, seems like Ghostwater's dying.
Yep.
And then he just steps into the way, and then steps back into Ghostwater.
Yep.
And it's fucking so cool.
Yep. With a brief effort, he stepped out of space. The irresistible blue currents surrounded him, buffeting him, trying to push him back to the world. But this was a battle of wills he had fought many times. He kept his focus and locked on his destination, and in seconds he reached it. There was no change in his surroundings, just the sensation of being carried in overpowering currents, and then a certainty that he had arrived.
Yep.
And then, relaxing his will, he allowed himself to be carried back into Cradle. Or as he preferred to think of it, into the miniature world he tacked onto Cradle, like a spare room onto a house.
Yep, just this little bubble.
Yep.
sort of attached to the larger bubble of Cradle, which is which is just what like these little pocket worlds are, and then we know that like monarchs are fucking making tons of these things.
So there's a whole bunch of these
just little soap bubbles, little suds on the larger bubble.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah.
And so then he sees like the spatial cracks or whatever, and he tells them to hold, and they all freeze in place. And so he can do what he wants with no time limit.
Yep, and so he's just like chilling, and then Akura Harmony.
Yeah, he's just there.
Is just there being like, do this and this and this for me.
Yep, help me or whatever. Like you'll be like known for your mercy or whatever. Like. You know, my family can do so much, whatever, like...
Yep, and he's being completely ignored in the way that, like, Lindon was being completely ignored.
The way Harmony has completely ignored a lot of people that he killed for no reason.
Yep, and I was fully expecting Ghostwater to just do the same thing, to just, like, casually, like, flick his hand and just obliterate this person, obliterate this man.
Yep.
But it does not quite go that way.
Nope, he just looks at him and says no, that he's not going to take him back, and then leaves.
Yep. No, he just leaves. And so I imagine that what makes you a monarch is your ability to step into the way like that.
Okay.
That like once you reach, because it's like, you know, heralds and sages either ascend and go somewhere, or they become monarchs.
Yep.
And so I imagine it's that once you can like access the way like that, once you can like do that stuff, you either leave and ascend, or like as soon as you can step out into the way, the Abaddon court shows up and it's like, hello there. Would you like to stay and continue as a monarch? Or would you like to, you know, be recruited? Or the secret third option, you try and do your own thing and we fucking space police you.
Yeah, right.
We multiverse police you.
Yeah, because we have seen someone be...
multiverse policed, And so I imagine that, like, once you're, being at the level that you can, like, just step into the way like that and, like, create pocket dimensions and that sort of stuff, that then you're a monarch.
Got you.
That's what I imagine. But maybe you can do that even when you're, like, a fucking sage or a herald or some shit.
Right.
And monarch is, like, technically past that or something. But I feel like that's why it's you either ascend or you become a monarch. Because, like, you can touch the way, and once you can touch the way, you either get recruited or you stay as a monarch.
Got you. I like it. I like the theories.
Yep. Yeah. So this has been that.
Yeah.
It's been quite the book.
It has been. And it took us way too long. But, you know,
that's
how it is.
we've been struggling this past little bit to, like, get the podcast out. We've had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
We recorded this over, like, 3 days.
Yes, we did.
Well, 3 different days recording it. And
then some
like,
days
multiple
in between.
weeks.
Yeah.
Well, like a week since we recorded
Yeah, like a week. Yeah. But we're gonna try and, you know... try and go back to being more regular with things. We had a bunch of stuff going on. We've had, like, a roommate who has moved in. I've been having car troubles that I've had to be, like, taken care of, and just, like, you know, personal stuff going on. And we're also just tired all the time from work.
Yep.
And then, like, oh, we're gonna do it, but then we do something on the weekend instead. Or, like, we're just like, I don't want to do anything, you know.
Yep.
It's a whole thing. Boo-hoo, life is hard. Such is the way.
Excuses.
Such is the way. But...
Yeah. I think we can do what we've been reading in the next video or whatever. This is a pretty long...
Yeah, this is a pretty long one.
And I've got a lot of things that I've been reading and watching and stuff.
Right. I also have some stuff because, like, I've been back on Wheel of Time a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this book was good.
Yeah.
It was a big advancement book for Lindon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big,
We got to see him advance a lot, but also we got to see him still, like, have to, like, fight for it and whatnot.
He advanced a lot, and, like, both in, like, skill and, like, his body, and just, like, in every...
Like, in some sense, this feels like... Because, like, you know, he's finally, like, catching up with the others around him. Yep. And we're finally sort of, like, seeing the level of the world.
Right.
That, like, really sort of, like, matters, because we keep having to, like...
kind of leave it behind
and move up more and more and more. And so it kind of, like, feels like, okay, we're maybe starting to, like, actually get to like, this is what, like, the upper levels are actually like.
Right.
Faction-wise.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And so it feels like in some ways that we're kind of just at the beginning of things.
Right. Yep.
Still, which is interesting. But the next book is Underlord.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yep. What do you think? What are your theories for next book?
We reach Underlord.
We reach Underlord? I mean, it's called Underlord.
It's called Underlord. We're, like, at the beginning of the next book, his second core is already going to be True Gold.
Right.
That will have happened off screen because it's already been established that, like, he could reach it in 2 weeks.
Got you.
With the stuff that he has and whatnot. So I feel like we're just kind of allied over that.
Yeah.
We're just like, over the course of the next couple weeks, going back from this place to the Empire, meeting back up with people.
Yeah.
There's going to be like a little bit of
how are they getting back? They're just like on the island somewhere, completely not around any of the Skysworn they were with. And everything with Byro. And Renfei.
What happened to Byro? Did Byro...
Pyro, they haven't seen each other since they met with Charity. And Yaren said, I don't care.
Forget about that.
And just completely deleted him from her mind. She does not give a shit.
That's true. I mean,
she wants to kill him.
That's
so if she saw him, she'd probably attack him. But other than that, he's deleted from her brain.
Yeah. I mean, the Akura are helping, not helping.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, maybe they'll be like, here's your Byro back. And he,
here's your Byro back.
And Lindon's like, don't murder him. And he takes them back. Maybe Ethan shows up and is like, hello, now that I've been officially given permission to...
Let's pick up my students.
Let's go pick up my students. So I could see something like that happen, maybe. But I feel like maybe we're gonna... Because, like, often we have, like, a little bit of, like, an illusion of time. A little bit of just, like, glossing over some time. And some training happened off screen.
Right.
Is a common sort of thing. And so maybe... I could even see Yaren being True Gold.
Yeah. So they're both on the same...
So they're both on, like, the same level. Whether that happens sort of, like, right at the beginning of the book, or it sort of gets, like, glossed over. But I feel like this book is going to be about achieving Underlord. Either we do achieve Underlord, or we're just, like... I feel it's going to be about
learning. Or trying to achieve it, at least.
Yes, like, learning how do you do the soul space thing? How do you do... soul fire.
Right.
And then what is this, like, third insight or whatever? What is this, like, other insight that you need to, like, fully achieve Underlord? And, like, soul fire lets you, like, shape your body or something? I don't know. At least the dragons, they're able to use soul fire to make themselves more human.
They say that that Underlords have their body reforged in soul fire.
Yeah. So
is what people say.
Yep. So I'm like... What does that mean? And do you get to, like, change things about yourself? I don't know. That's curious. If a dragon can become a human through it, like... Right. I don't know.
Like, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Trans your gender with soul fire. But yeah. Dross is there now. Yeah. Dross is there now. He has a presence, and so that's going to be helpful.
Yeah, another big boost. Because he also got a huge mental boost. Because, like, he got boosted in everything, but then, like, the mental boost is also huge. Because that's already how he fought.
Honestly,
he was
that's,
a big
like, the
mental
biggest
fighter.
thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, in a lot of ways. Because, like, you don't...
The advancement, yeah.
Because it's still one of those things where it's, like, it's not... Because it doesn't give him more power.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that, like, as always...
He just has more knowledge.
He has more knowledge and more ability. Like, his ability to fight people who are stronger than him...
Yes.
Has been increased because of this ability. But it's still, like, at a certain... Like, he's not going to do anything to a monarch.
Right.
He's just not.
Right.
Like, this isn't just, like, an instant win button, even though this is a, like...
Huge,
fucking beyond monarch level of thing.
Right.
It's only... It like... it's as Draw said. He had reached sort of the pinnacle of his strength, but he wanted something to sharpen his mind.
Right.
But, and so he's got that now, but he still needs the power to actually, like...
Back it up,
Back it up and do stuff like that. So it's good. It's, like, it's very clever, like...
Yeah, it's still, like, a big power-up, but it's still, like, dependent on him getting stronger in other ways.
It doesn't just, like, trivialize everything for him going forward. And it's very... It definitely, like... makes me think of, like, the shit that Ethan's doing. Because Ethan, with his bloodline ability, being able to see everything and do all this sort of stuff, it feels similar but different.
Yeah, same like concept.
Yes. So yeah, that's fun. It's very exciting. That I'm very excited for Underlord.
Yeah.
There were bloopers in this book.
There are bloopers. My favorite one is Mercy falling on her head.
Oh yes, because there's a bit where like Mercy, because like I don't even know if we talked about it in the book.
No, in the book, like she's like practicing upside down or whatever, shooting arrows or whatever.
And then she like falls and lands on her head, and
then there's like a line where it's like, you know, like an iron body can handle more than that or whatever, and then she pops up and whatever. But in the blooper,
she's just fucking dead.
She's just dead and a remnant rises.
and you're just like, oh damn. Well, yeah. I don't even remember what the other like bloopers.
I don't remember a lot of the...
really were, unfortunately.
That one was my favorite one though.
Yes, it was.
Since we've been doing the bloopers, it's one that's like stuck in my head that I've been waiting for you to get to.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what any of the other ones were.
Yeah, I can't think of the off the top of my head.
That was the best one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that about does it for us.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. This has been Let's Talk About Book. Mm-hmm. And now you can go forth and think about book on your own time.
Yeah.
Have a lovely whatever time it is.
Have a wonderful, lovely day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.